ಏನೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅದು ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ.
And moving on to Newsbreak coming in, this one an update on the Morbi bridge tragedy which claimed lives of 141 people. In fact, the findings by the FSL team clearly states that yes, there were lapses which clearly stand exposed, be it the weight of the bridge which was extremely overloaded. Remember, there were more people than what the bridge could really accommodate at a single point. In fact, even as the capacity of the bridge was maximum 150 people, the number of people who were there at this bridge in just last 24 hours was more than 3,165. So even as the capacity stood at nearly 150 people, the number of people on the bridge had been over 3,000 in 24 hours alone. In fact, there was a rust throughout the bridge that was also which only shows that the renovation was not prim and proper. So several lapses that have been exposed when we talk about the Morbi tragedy. We'll go across to Priyanka as well, who's getting us all those breaking updates. But the FSL team finding clearly states that yes, there were several lapses as a result of which 141 people lost their lives. Priyanka is joining us live. Priyanka, once again for our viewers, if you can take us through the findings of the FSL team.
Well, absolutely, Samiksha, because we had been on the ground and reporting on this story, and we had seen how there had been several lapses when it comes to the entire procedure for the tendering and how the chief officer had signed that contract with the company Ajanta Overa and had also given the responsibility of renovation to Ajanta Overa, and of course the company had inaugurated the bridge right after the Gujarati New Year, post which we had seen that the primary reports had suggested that there were at least 500 to 600 people. But this is a shocking new revelation really, Samiksha, that we are seeing with respect to how new information has come to light since the SIT has been looking into this entire matter, looking at the lapses, and they have found out, and they have conclusively found out, that not just 500 to 600, there were 3,165 people to be exact that had been present there on the Morbi bridge on that particular day when the bridge in fact had collapsed and this tragedy had in fact happened. And more than that, we see that this is not then just a blame for the security personnel, that they were not there to move along the people, but it is also a deeper flaw, a deeper question that we are asking, because another part of the report that suggests that there was rusting throughout the bridge. Now, when we had been on the ground, we had been showing to our viewers how the pathway to the bridge had been completely rusted, and as even though Ajanta Overa had been claiming that they have renovated the bridge, it did not seem so. It just seemed like a repainted job that had been done. And now Republic TV's Newsbreak in fact has been conclusively confirmed by the SIT as well, who has now stated that the rusting had been not just at the entry of the gate of the bridge as well, but throughout the bridge. So what it really means, Samiksha, is that the bridge in itself that had been suspended had also collapsed because of the overweight as well, and massive amounts of overweight in terms of the footfall that had not been also observed by the Ajanta Overa or the authorities that had been present there, because of which this tragedy in fact had struck in Morbi, because of which at least 135 people had lost their lives. It was because more than 10 times the capacity in fact that had been allowed to be on the bridge during the time that the tragedy had taken place. And B, of course, the very important point as to how this bridge had come to be inaugurated, even when it had not been renovated, even when it had been rusting. So the new bridge, as Ajanta Overa had claimed, quote unquote new bridge, is not something that was ready or was ready to bear the capacity or the load of at least 3,000 people, Samiksha.
Well, absolutely, Priyanka. Thank you for getting us all those updates. So clearly the checks and balances that were not done when that bridge was renovated. Remember, the Oriva owners are still on the run as we speak. But the FSL team clearly states that the security lapses were there, as a result of which 140 people lost their lives. We'll slip into a very short break, but do not go anywhere. Lots coming up on the other side of this very short. Republic Newsbreak on Tihar tapes gets bigger. Aam Aadmi Party's physiotherapy defence collapses complete. And ahead of Gujarat polls, another jolt for the Congress. Kamini Bakwit's Congress joins the BJP.
झांके झरोखे से झांके देख के दम है छोटे बड़े सारे झांके रे झांके
Brighter futures with smarter steels. ArcelorMittal, Nippon Steel India. Smarter steels, brighter futures.
QS&T, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
Several people, including 8 children, were killed on Sunday after a truck rammed into a roadside settlement in Bihar's Vaishali district.
Very shocking incident coming to light from UP, where ex-lover has been arrested in killing of a woman whose body was chopped and found in a well.
BJP MLA MP Kumaraswamy was beaten up by angry villagers near the Kudur district in Mudiger. Sources said that there was a public outcry against the authorities.
He is Amir al-Mu'mineen and he is the head of all Muslimin and it means Prince of Muslims, believers.
Mohammad Sharik was travelling in an auto rickshaw. 3 videos that Republic TV accessed and broke over the weekend. In 2017, we had stung a terror suspect.
Well, getting in the big news break this hour, first government response coming in on the presence of hate preacher Zakir Naik for the FIFA World Cup at Qatar. In fact, Hardeep Singh Puri has responded to Republic Newsbreak, calling out and saying that India will take a firm stand, and also assuring action, saying that India will be taking up this matter. Remember, hate preacher Zakir Naik has been invited for the FIFA World Cup in Qatar to give religious sermons, and which has, of course, received flack from across the board. So questions being raised as to why hate preacher Zakir Naik was called, in fact has been called, to attend the FIFA World Cup in the first place. So remember, Zakir Naik is the same person who's a fugitive, who's wanted in India. His outfit is banned in the country. In fact, he's currently in Malaysia. He is a Malaysian national as we speak, but wanted in India on money laundering charges and several charges that he's facing. Hardeep Singh Puri, of course, responding to the same. Let's listen into that soundbite where Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri said that India will be taking a firm stand.
I'm sure India took it up and will take it up, but the point is he's a Malaysian national, yeah. I mean, he's a Malaysian national, you invite him to somewhere, etc. Whether they knew, I have no knowledge of that. I have as much access to information as you are. You can ask me my views on Zakir Naik. My views and your views are the same on that. I'm sure India took it up and will take it up, but the point is he's a Malaysian national, yeah. I mean, he's a Malaysian national, you invite him to somewhere, etc. Whether they knew, I have no knowledge of that. I have as much access to information as you are. You can ask me my views on Zakir Naik. My views and your views are the same on that.
Visuals on your screens from Chhattisgarh's Gariabad. A clash broke out between the villagers and policemen. Stones were pelted, several vehicles were vandalized, and there was a massive face-off. The clash broke out after police tried to stop a protest by the villagers demanding new paddy purchase centres. Hundreds of villagers had gathered to hold a chakka jam when police attempted to stop them. These were the scenes. These were the scenes as clashes broke out between the villagers and policemen in Chhattisgarh's Gariabad, where several vehicles were vandalized and there was a massive face-off between the villagers and the policemen. While 3 personnel sustained injuries, in the clash, the situation still remains tense. Very short break coming up. On the other side, Republic gets a clincher lead in Mangaluru blast. Pumpfell flyover was the target of the bomb. Our Minister Satendra Jain's masseur was a physiotherapist, was not a physiotherapist but a rapist inside jail for allegedly raping a minor. Ahead of Gujarat polls, another jolt for the Congress. Kamini Ba quits Congress and joins the BJP.
40% of the people who didn't even know they had diabetes had soaring sugar levels.
To help India beat diabetes, BITO has collaborated with Lions Club International to conduct diabetes screening camps all over India to create awareness and control this silent epidemic.
आपने शुगर चेक की क्या?
Get your diabetes care program with a free Beto glucometer. Give a missed call on 740-1100.
QS and THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
He is Amir al-Mu'mineen and he is the head of all Muslimin and means Prince of Muslims, believers.
Mohammad Sharik was traveling in an auto rickshaw. 3 videos that Republic TV accessed and broke over the weekend. In 2017, we had stung a terror suspect called Abdullah Basit, who was part of an ISIS module.
These acts have been inspired and influenced by some terrorist organization which is having global presence.
Shocker coming in from Madhya Pradesh. The man killed allegedly for molesting a woman. A male skeleton of a youth has been found after 4 months. 2 casualties were reported after a goods train had derailed in Odisha, and rescue operations are underway at the site.
At least 15 people were reported injured after a multiple vehicle crash on the Mumbai-Bengaluru highway near the bridge in Pune.
अबू हमजा मुहाजिर फ्रॉम गुजरात. हाँ, इंडिया के थे, केरला के थे, तमिलनाडु के थे, जो कतर में थे, दोहा में थे, दुबई.
Following the arrest of Abdullah Basit and several others in that particular module from Karnataka, other sleeper cells that were still operating, and that's exactly what we are witnessing today.
These acts have been inspired and influenced by some terrorist organization which is having global presence.
An important day today because the Delhi
staying more than 1 month like that, I think. That fellow, we don't know Sharik, but in the name of Gauri, one fellow from Karnataka, he is staying on 3rd September.
The face of terror, Sharik hid his identity. He pretended to be a Hindu. The ugly plot now is just unraveling. Republic gets a clincher lead in the Mangaluru blast. The Pumpwell flyover was the real target for the bomber. Our Minister Satendra Jain Smasa, not a physiotherapist, but he is a rapist. He's inside jail for allegedly raping a minor. Republic news break on the Tihar tapes now gets bigger. The Aam Aadmi Party's physiotherapy defense has collapsed completely. Aftab is misleading investigators on the location of the severe head. The police custody now extended by the next 4 days. And ahead of the Gujarat polls, another jolt to the Congress. Kamini Ba has quit the Congress party and now joining the BJP. Welcome back and thank you for staying with us here on Republic. The story that we are leading this edition of the news with is a story that has shocked all of us. The same party, remember, that for the longest time said it's against corruption, it's against VVIP, treatment, is actually today defenseless in the face of this video that was accessed by Republic just about 2 days ago. Now, in this video that is from inside the Tihar jail cell, where right now its minister Satendra Jain is housed. And when these revelations came out, the Aam Aadmi Party said, listen, this is plain, simple physiotherapy.
Why? Because Satyendra Jain has issues with his back and spine and he is simply being treated for the same. Now, this is a story that was unbelievable, a defense also that was unbelievable. Now, earlier in the day, what's happened is there are more details now coming in on this man who is seen giving that massage to Satyendra Jain. He is no professional physiotherapist. In fact, he is a rape accused. He's a rape accused who's extending his services to Satyendra Jain, a story that has now become a full-blown political controversy. Let's play out the allegations and the defense also by the Aam Aadmi Party on the same.
देखिए, पहली बात कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी को सबसे पहले एक बार अमित शाह जी जब बंद थे गुजरात के जेल में, स्पेशल जेल बनी थी। ना तो इतिहास में भारत के अंदर किसी को वो सुविधा मिली, स्पेशल ट्रीटमेंट न मिल सकती है। एक बार ऑन रिकॉर्ड है, सीबीआई ने ऑन रिकॉर्ड पेपर दर्ज किया हुआ है। एक बार वो सामने सबके रख दें कि क्या क्या ट्रीटमेंट दिया था। मसला उसका है ही नहीं। मसला ये नहीं है कि ट्रीटमेंट सत्येंद्र जैन को मिल रहा है। मसला ये है कि 4 तारीख को भाजपा का दिल्ली में ट्रीटमेंट करने जा रही है दिल्ली की जनता, इसलिए परेशानी है।
सत्येंद्र जैन के मसाज से पूरा लोकतंत्र भारत का शर्मसार हुआ था और तब हमने कहा था ये आम आदमी पार्टी नहीं है, ये स्पा मसाज पार्टी है। कोई और राजनीतिक दल होता और इतना शर्मसार करने वाला कृत्य कि जेल की सलाखों के पीछे एक भ्रष्टाचारी कट्टर बेईमान मंत्री का मसाज होता है कानून का उल्लंघन करते हुए, तो उस पार्टी का मुखिया स्वयं कान पकड़ के जनता से माफी मांगता और कहता कि मुझे माफ कर दीजिए, जो संविधान की शपथ मैंने ली थी उसका पालन मैं नहीं कर पाया हूं। मेरा भ्रष्ट मंत्री जो कृत्य कर रहा है मैं तुरंत उसे बर्खास्त करता हूं। लेकिन बेशर्मी भी जिसे अपना गुरु मानती है वो अरविंद केजरीवाल और अराजक अपराध पार्टी है। आप अराजक अपराध पार्टी, और उसे सही ठहराते हुए कहते हैं किसी की बीमारी का मजाक नहीं उड़ाया जाता है। किसी की बीमारी का मजाक नहीं उड़ाया जाता है। जो प्रश्न जनता चीख चीख के पूछ रही थी, ये जेल के अंदर एक अभियुक्त के साथ 4 लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, मसाज चंपी क्यों चल रहा है, क्यों उन्होंने कैदी के कपड़े नहीं पहने हैं, क्यों मिनरल वाटर, टीवी और एसी की सुविधा वहां है, इसका कोई उत्तर उस दिन नहीं मिला था। यह दिखाता है आज अराजक अपराधी पार्टी किस तरह से कानून का उल्लंघन करके बड़ी बेशर्मी से एक ऐसे कृत्य को जो सबको शर्मसार करता है सही बता देती है। हमने उस दिन भी पुरजोर तरीके से यह बात उठाई थी और आज की जो प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस है, क्योंकि मैं पेशे से वरिष्ठ अधिवक्ता भी हूं, बहुत जिम्मेदारी से हम लोग ये मुद्दा यहां उठा रहे हैं। और एक बात कहूंगा, बहुत से तथ्य ऐसे हैं जिनकी जानकारी होने के बावजूद, क्योंकि देश का कानून ये उम्मीद हर नागरिक से करता है और खासकर विश्व का सबसे बड़ा राजनीतिक दल होने के नाते एक बड़ी जिम्मेदारी भारतीय जनता पार्टी की है। बहुत से ऐसे तथ्य हैं जो कि हम आपके समक्ष नहीं रखेंगे। प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ चिल्ड्रन फ्रॉम सेक्सुअल ऑफेंसेस एक्ट, प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ चिल्ड्रन फ्रॉम सेक्सुअल ऑफेंसेस एक्ट, इसकी धारा 6 है। धारा 6 पॉक्सो एक्ट की 376 इंडियन पीनल कोड का और तमाम।
From Delhi, we are shifting our focus to Gujarat. This is a former Congress MLA who had alleged cash for ticket in the state now, and she has joined the BJP after quitting the Congress party. She's in conversation with our colleague Priyanka on the allegations and much more.
Joining me right now is Kaminiba herself. She's a former Dehgaam MLA who's made some very shocking allegations against the Congress party president as well. She has just joined the BJP. Let's get in a word from her. Kaminiba, आपने कई सारे allegations लगाए हैं जगदीश ठाकुर के ऊपर। आपने कहा है कि कई सारे लोगों ने आपको कॉल किया, एजेंट्स ने कॉल किए, करोड़ रुपए मांगे, लाखों रुपए मांगे, और आपके साथ साथ कई सारे और भी ऐसी कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज हैं जहां पे सारे कैंडिडेट्स के साथ में हुआ है। क्या अब कहेंगे बीजेपी में आने की यही वजह है?
जी, मेरी पहले तो यही सबसे बड़ी मेरी यही इच्छा थी कि जहां पैसे से टिकट दी जाती हो उस पार्टी में रह के भी क्या मतलब। और जब ये खुल के बात हम सामने लाते हैं तो एक महिला को प्रोटेक्ट करने की बजाय उसको ये बोला जाता है कि उस पर कोर्ट की नोटिस जारी की जाएगी। तो ये बात मेरे को बहुत ज़्यादा दुखद लगी, क्योंकि एक भी लीडर ने मेरे को फ़ोन करके ये नहीं पूछा कि बहन ये चीज़ में वास्तविकता क्या है। इस भाविन नाम के इंसान को हमने पकड़ लिया है और उसके साथ जो हिंदी बोल रहा है उसको भी हमने पकड़ा है। तो आप एक बार आओ, खुल के बात करो। गुजरात प्रदेश के अध्यक्ष ने मुझे एक बार भी खुल के बात नहीं की, ना ही मेरा फ़ोन अगर ये जो मीडिया के मार्फत से चला, फिर मैंने उनको लगातार फ़ोन किए, फिर भी वो अभी तक मेरा फ़ोन नहीं उठा रहे थे। तो जहाँ पार्टी के अध्यक्ष फ़ोन उठाने को ही तैयार ना हो और हम जैसी महिलाएं जो पार्टी के लिए खड़ी रहती है, डट के लड़ती है, उसकी आवाज भी सुनने को तैयार ना हो, तो उस पार्टी में रहने का मतलब भी क्या?
एक ये भी सवाल उठता है कि अगर आपका नाम सर्वे रिपोर्ट में आया था और उसके बाद में अगर आपका नाम सजेस्ट नहीं किया गया था, तो ये भी एक सवाल उठता है कि क्या कॉम्पिटेंट कैंडिडेट्स को कांग्रेस पार्टी टिकट नहीं देना चाहती, ऐसी भी बात उठ रही है। और क्या कांग्रेस पार्टी सीरियस है इस इलेक्शन को लड़ने के लिए? भी आप अंदर से पूरी पार्टी को देख चुकी हैं, क्या आपका एक्सपीरियंस भी रहा है दूसरे कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज में? क्या नाम उभर के आ रहे हैं कि वहां पे भी ऐसी घटना?
आपने बोला कि सर्वे के बाद कॉम्पिटिटर की बात बोली, अच्छे इंसान की बात बोली, वो तो गुजरात प्रदेश कांग्रेस समिति के लिए कुछ मायने ही नहीं रखता, क्योंकि सर्वे में आने के बाद भी अगर मेरे साथ ऐसा होता है, जब मुझे पता था कि सर्वे रिपोर्ट दिल्ली से किया गया था, 25-25 लाख रुपए खर्च के ये रिपोर्ट्स किया गया था, तो सारे पैसे की बर्बादी है, बस लेन देन का व्यापार ही चल रहा है।
तो क्या कांग्रेस पार्टी में अभी भी ऐसा हो रहा है कि क्या कुछ ऐसे एजेंट जरूर हैं जो ऐसा करते हैं, पूरी ब्रोकरिंग डील करते हैं, टिकट देने के लिए कैश कैंडिडेट्स को एक्सटॉर्शन किया जाता है?
जी, बात खुल के बहुत दुखदायक बात तो ये है कि कई सीटों पे ऐसा हुआ है, मगर उनके साथ ऑथेंटिक पुरावे ना होने की वजह से, या तो फिर उनको कांग्रेस में रहने की वजह से उन्होंने ये बात को इतना खुल के बाहर नहीं लाया। और मुझे शायद मैं पार्टी में रहती भी और अगर ना भी रहती तो मैं ये पार्टी के लिए जो गलत चीज़ थी उसको मैंने खुल के बाहर लाया, इसलिए मुझे इस बात का कोई भी दुख नहीं है। और मैं तो ये निवेदन करूंगी कि जिसके साथ भी ऐसा हुआ है उसको पार्टी छोड़ के बीजेपी ज्वाइन करनी चाहिए, या तो उसे खुल के बाहर आना चाहिए।
Thank you for speaking to us, Kaminiba, the former Dehgaam MLA, in fact leveling very serious allegations as far as the cash for ticket scam that had been exposed by Republic is also concerned, where she has stated several such constituencies are still existing where Congress party president, in fact his agents, had extorted the candidates to give them cash in lieu of tickets. With video journalist Vipin Mori, I'm Priyanka Sharma for Republic.
So Priyanka there managing that big election scoop. Remember, we are just days away from the big elections in Gujarat. And we do not know where the Congress is standing. You know, just about yesterday was Rahul Gandhi's very first rally. But then you have seen the Congress and the kind of problems that the Congress party itself has been dealing with. Now, this is a former Congress MLA who had alleged cash for ticket in the state. She's resigned from all posts in the Congress party. She now has joined the BJP and leveling some very, very shocking allegations. In fact, she says that 1 crore was demanded from her in exchange for a ticket for the Gujarat elections. That's the big charge that she has leveled. And Priyanka, who's managed that big election scoop, is also live with us for a quick perspective on what's really happening. You know, Priyanka, many are saying that this is an election that's rather muted. Is it because of the fact that the Congress is not even willing to put up a fight? Because one after the other, you're looking at chaos, utter chaos. There are, such serious allegations of cash for tickets. Is there any response from the Congress party, Priyanka? I think we've just lost that phone line with our colleague Priyanka, but on the bottom of your screens, you're reading more details of that conversation that Priyanka has just had with Kamini Ba. Now, why is this story important? Because she, remember, is a former Congress MLA, and the charge that she's leveling is very, very serious. She says that in lieu of a ticket from the Congress party, I was asked to pay 1 crore rupees. She now, who has quit the Congress party, has joined the BJP formally. And as I said, the Gujarat elections now are just round the corner. In less than 10 days, on the 1st of December, you're looking at the first phase of polling in Gujarat and another jolt for the Congress party. And ever since, in fact, the elections have been announced, I think this is the 4th MLA to have quit the Congress party, Priyanka. I hope you can hear us this time around. You've spoken to Kamini Ba, and I think this is just an indication of the huge problem that the Congress party right now is facing, Priyanka. And many say that it's not like 2017, where at least Congress was even seen to be giving a fight. Has the Congress already given up?
It definitely seems like that, Deepthi, or at least on the ground, because we have been covering the campaigns for all the parties that have been here, and they have thrown their hat in the ring for the Gujarat elections of 2022. But it seems as though the Grand Old Party, which is usually the major opposition, and we usually see in Gujarat that there is a bipolarity of politics between the BJP and the Congress, and like you very rightly mentioned, of 2017 results, where the Congress party had in fact crossed 90 at one point when the results were being called out. And of course, there were a lot of talks that Congress might be able to make the government in 2017 as well, but we do see that there were a lot of anti-incumbency factors for the BJP the last time. But however, that being said, we do see of the major issue that is being created out of this cash for ticket scam that has been exposed by Republic is another indication that the Congress is not very serious, as we were talking about this, because the Congress party essentially what has done in this scam is extorted money from the probable candidates of the Congress party and ignoring the survey report that had been made by the Delhi leaders as well, and had been done on the ground to find out the probability and the threat perception for the candidate to win or lose in the upcoming elections. And in that survey report, whoever had been suggested was the first to get a call for money to be given to these particular agents, is what we are seeing. But when they refuse to do so, we see that dummy candidates are also given that ticket, and those candidates are given tickets in lieu of cash, is what we see in this scam that has come to light really by Kamini Ba blowing the lid off and sharing those audio tapes as well that show us that there was a conversation between agents of Delhi, there was a conversation between the agents of Gujarat and Kamini Ba, where there is a conversation going on and asking for 1 crore rupees in cash, and then there is a bargaining as well that is gone on between the three of them, where the one is asking for 90 lakhs and then they settle at 70 lakhs as well. So these kind of audio tapes that have come out really tell us an indication, give us an indication as to how serious the Congress party really is. Because let us not forget, Deepthi, let us stress this for our viewers, because the audio tapes had mentioned the Congress party president, that is Jagdish Thakur, and there had been a conversation between these agents, and they had stated that this is the president who will be the final word on the kind of negotiations that of cash that had been going on in that particular conversation. So that really hits the nail on the coffin, where with respect to the Congress party and how the Congress party president had been orchestrating this entire scam for the tickets to be given in lieu of cash.
Okay. All right, Priyanka, and as always, the Congress party has not responded to these very, very grave allegations, but we are at Republic will keep up with bringing our viewers every election scoop, because Republic is the election news headquarters. Priyanka, for the moment, thank you. Quickly heading into more breaking news coming in.
Guards at Mukro village in West Jente Hills district. On hearing this, people from Mukro village gathered in large numbers and surrounded the Assam police and Assam forest guards. This led to forest guards at Mukro village in West Jente Hills district. On hearing this, people from Mukro village gathered in large numbers and surrounded the Assam police and Assam forest guards. This led to firing by the Assam police, in which 5 persons from Meghalaya died. 1 Assam forest guard also died due to the firing. The injured persons have been shifted to Boroto PHC and Yalong Civil Hospital. On hearing of the incident, the district magistrate, the superintendent of police and other magistrates rushed to the spot. Inquest has been conducted by the magistrate. The Honorable Home Minister, Government of Meghalaya, has also reached the spot of the incident. An FIR has been registered by the Meghalaya Police. The names of the deceased who died on the spot are: number 1, the Honorable Home Minister, Government of Meghalaya, has also reached the spot of the incident. An FIR has been registered by the Meghalaya Police. The names of the deceased who died on the spot are: number 1, Thal Shadap, male, 45 years. Number 2, Nikashi Dhar, male, 65 years. Number 3, Sikh Talang, male, 55 years. And number 4, 1 unknown male forest guard of the government of Assam. The names of those who succumbed to their injuries in the hospital are: number 1, Tal Nartyang, male, 40 years, who died at Boroto. Number 2, Chirup Sumer, male, 40, who died at Juai. The state government strongly condemns the incident wherein the Assam police and Assam forest guards entered Meghalaya and resorted to unprovoked firing.
So you just heard the Meghalaya Chief Minister there. Remember, there are 5 people who've lost their lives. This is in the disputed area along the Assam-Meghalaya border, and charges are flying thick and fast. An FIR also now has been registered. And just for the benefit of our viewers, do remember Assam and Meghalaya did sign that agreement when it comes to their border dispute. This is just in March this year. It's a terrible tragedy that has unfolded there, and in about 7 districts of Meghalaya now internet has also been snapped. We'll get you details of that and much more as we head into a quick break right now. And when we come back, apart from updates on this story, we are also keeping our focus on the other story that Republic is tracking very, very closely. That's a big clincher in the Mangaluru blast. Pumpwell flyover is what sources say was the real target of the bomber. And Aftab is misleading the investigators on the location of the severed head. His police custody now is extended.
shocker coming in from Madhya Pradesh. The man killed allegedly for molesting a woman. A male skeleton of a youth has been found after 4 months. 2 casualties were reported after a goods train had derailed in Odisha, and rescue operations are underway at the site.
At least 15 people were reported injured after a multiple vehicle crash on the Mumbai-Bengaluru highway near the bridge in Pune.
Here are the other stories that we're tracking at this hour. Following claims by the Aam Aadmi Party that the massage being received by jailed Delhi Minister Satyendra Jain was by a physiotherapist, new information has emerged that alleges that the masseur is a person accused of the rape of a minor and currently jailed in the Tihar jail since April this year. Following a video of an Aam Aadmi Party MLA, Gulab Singh Yadav, being beaten up by Aam Aadmi Party workers and being chased out, emerged over the cash for tickets scam in the national capital, with the BJP taking to social media to release a specific poster in the wake of the allegation.
Sources at the Forensic Science Laboratory in Delhi stated that the laboratory has been approached by the Delhi police as further Aftab's polygraph test is possible today. In fact, preparations were reported to be underway with expectations of the test to be conducted today.
Welcome back. You're with Republic and time for us to put our spotlight on FIFA. You know, the world's biggest sporting event underway right now, where Argentina is going to be kick-starting the FIFA World Cup campaign against Saudi Arabia. This is at the Lusail Iconic Stadium at 3:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. What's at stake and what are the expectations? Nivedana breaking down everything for you.
Well, it is all about the FIFA fever, and Saudi Arabia and, of course, Argentina are going to clash. I'm going to give you all the lowdown about what to expect from this match. When we talk about the venue, it's going to be at the Lusail Iconic Stadium, and the time is going to be 3:30 p.m. IST. Now, let's talk about what Argentina has in store. Now, aim of adding global glory to their Copa America crown, of course, been sublime under the guidance of head coach and, of course, Lionel Scaloni, now aiming to open their account with the minimum of fuss. Now, on the other hand, when we talk about who they're taking on, Saudi Arabia, no players in any of the European top leagues, so that could be a little bit of a problem, but played 10 friendlies since June, winning only twice, so we will have to wait and watch what that strategy is going to be like. Now, of course, the key player to watch out for when you think of Argentina has to be Lionel Messi. Now, he's been directly involved in 26 goals in all competitions. Now, also could be his final World Cup. So, of course, fans will be looking to watch this one out. And he's determined to become a world champion with his country. But on the other hand, Messi failed to register a knockout stage goal in his previous 4 World Cups. So, we'll have to wait and watch how this one pans out for him. But on the other hand, Saudi Arabia's key player would be Saleh Al-Sarri. Now, will be looking to make his mark in the Qatar team, now netted from all 4 of his shots on target in the AFC third round qualifiers. Now, these are, of course, the key players. Who are you watching and who are you rooting for? Do let us know.
So Argentina's latest quest for the international glory kicks off, as Nivedana just explained to you, as the South American nation begin their World Cup 2022 Group C campaign against Saudi Arabia. This is at the Lusail Iconic Stadium. Lag blessed, they have 2 World Cups in their cabinet from 78 and 86, while Saudi Arabia, remember, are aiming right now to make waves in a difficult group and avoid an expected 4th placed finish.
An advanced guard of Argentinian football fans chanted their certainty that Lionel Messi's last World Cup will end in success ahead of the Latin American side becoming the first to set up their base camp in Qatar. Scores of fans gathered at the World Cup countdown clock on Doha's seafront, chanting Messi's name and waving flags 13 days before the tournament starts, as bemused police watch the mounting football fever in the Gulf state. After more than a decade of treating Messi as a vessel for their expectations, Argentina are finally beginning to ask not what Messi can do for them, but what they can do for Messi. with potentially tricky group games coming up against Mexico and Poland. Argentina will be aiming to open their account with a minimum of fuss. There should be no shocks with Argentina's exceptional forward line likely to rack up the goals and Saudi Arabia unlikely to be able to trouble them. Agency report for Republic TV.
We're heading into a break right now, but on the other side, this is the big Republic news break on the Tihar tapes gets bigger. What you see on your screens is a story that has angered everyone. The Aam Aadmi Party says this is physiotherapy. But who's this man that you see on your screens? Is he a rape accused? The answer is yes. On the other side, the full story. Also ahead of the Gujarat polls, this is another setback for the Congress party. Their former MLA has quit and joined the BJP, levelling some serious charges.
Here are the other stories that we're tracking at this hour. Following claims by the Aam Aadmi Party that the massage being received by Jail Delhi Minister Satyendra Jain was by a physiotherapist, new information has emerged that alleges that the masseur is a person accused of the rape of a minor and currently jailed in the Tihar jail since April this year. Following a video of an Aam Aadmi Party MLA, Gulab Singh Yadav, being beaten up by Aam Aadmi Party workers and being chased out, emerged over the cash for tickets scam in the national capital, with the BJP taking to social media to release a specific poster in the wake of the allegation.
Sources at the Forensic Science Laboratory in Delhi stated that the laboratory has been approached by the Delhi police as further. Aftab's polygraph test is possible today. In fact, preparations were reported to be underway with expectations of the test to be conducted today.
Viewers, you're watching Superfast 50. I'm Shivangi Shukla. Let's get started. Following claims by the Aam Aadmi Party that the massage being received by Jail Delhi Minister Satyendra Jain was by a physiotherapist, new information has emerged that alleges that the masseur is a person accused of the rape of minor and currently jailed in the Tihar jail. Sources at the Tihar jail, Satyendra Jain is currently instated. One of the many masseurs visited by the jail minister is a person named Rinku, charged under Section 6 of the POCSO Act with their FIR filed at the police station in New Delhi. Aam Aadmi Party's physiotherapy defense of Satyendra Jain's massage comes to be questioned as one of the many masseurs visited by the jail minister is reported to be a person named Rinku, charged under Section 6 of the POCSO Act with the FIR filed at the police station in New Delhi. The BJP in the press conference detailed that Section 6 Rinku has been jailed while hitting out of the Aam Aadmi Party in the wake of the development. BJP had a press conference following the development of one of the masseurs of the jail minister, Jain, being a POSCO convict. The BJP has now accused Aam Aadmi Party of engaging in a barter system of providing services in return of protection.
ये मसाज से पूरा लोकतंत्र भारत का शर्मसार हुआ था और तब हमने कहा था ये आम आदमी पार्टी नहीं है, ये स्पा मसाज पार्टी है। कोई और राजनीतिक दल होता और इतना शर्मसार करने वाला कृत्य कि जेल की सलाखों के पीछे एक भ्रष्टाचारी कट्टर बेईमान मंत्री का मसाज होता है।
Speaking at a press conference, Aam Aadmi Party leaders stated that while they would have a look at all the stings and allegations being produced by BJP, they would also demand justification for the past 15 years from the BJP.
ये पहली बात कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी को सबसे पहले एक बात, अमित शाह जी जब बंद थे गुजरात के जेल में, स्पेशल जेल बनी थी। ना तो इतिहास में भारत के अंदर किसी को वो सुविधा मिली, स्पेशल ट्रीटमेंट ना मिल सकती है। एक बार ऑन रिकॉर्ड है, सीबीआई ने ऑन रिकॉर्ड पेपर दर्ज किया हुआ है।
CCTV footage has been accessed following the Mangaluru blast case attempt where Sharik was seen meeting another individual before the blast, raising suspicion of other individuals being involved in the blast. Sharik is further reported to have posted a Hindu on messaging apps such as WhatsApp, having an image of the Isha Foundation in his display picture. More details have emerged in connection with the Mangaluru auto rickshaw blast case, with sources stating that the accused Sharik had planned to plant the pressure cooker at the pump well flyover in the city, with the attack planned in the evening at the time of higher traffic. Sharik is further reported to have been influenced by the ISIS with the aims of the module. Terror suspect was a part of the targeting of the leaders affiliated to Hindu organizations in the state. A high-level meet has been called for in connection with the Mangaluru blast as authorities investigate further details of the incident. Accused Sharik is further reported to have stayed in fact, some places in Karnataka between 13th and the 18th of September, with the suspect reported to have met several people during his visit to the town and hidden his identity during the visit. A circuit court has extended the judicial custody for Aftab by 4 days after he was produced before the special court. Delhi High Court has dismissed the petition seeking the transfer of investigation for police to CBI, with the court stating that they could not find a single good reason to entertain the plea. The court further imposed a fine on the petitioner. Sources at the Forensic Science Laboratory in Delhi state said that the laboratory has been approached, but the Delhi police has further approached to conduct a polygraphic test for Shraddha murder case accused Aftab. Preparations were reported to be underway, with expectations of the test to be conducted today. Reports have come about the Aftab, in fact, continues now to change his statement over speculation of a wish to divert the investigation. He's reported to have told the police that he threw a saw and a blade that he used to murder Shraddha, cut her body in a dustbin near his office in Gurugram. With the Delhi police looking for the murder weapon across several locations, he's claimed to have thrown the murder weapon as well as Shraddha's head. Speaking on the Shraddha murder case, following the special hearing at the Circuit Court, Aftab's lawyer advocate A. Kumar stated that he had not admitted to the crime, stating that the Shraddha had provoked him.
Confessed before the court. It is only rumored that Aftab has confessed, but Aftab has not confessed.
Following the video of an Aam Aadmi Party MLA Gulab Singh Yadav being beaten up by Aam Aadmi Party workers and being chased out, emerged over the cash of tickets scam in the national capital, with the BJP calling the motto of the Aam Aadmi Party to give cash and sell the tickets.
Party's Matiala MLA Gulab Singh Yadav is seen in a video being thrashed, abused and being made to run away from the party office by the Aam Aadmi Party Karyakartas themselves, who have alleged that he was selling tickets for the MCD. This is not the first such allegation. We have seen a sting operation in which cash collectors are collecting cash from the Karyakartas for the tickets, and big names are involved in this. Just few days ago, we have seen 2 MLAs and their aides and their relatives involved in selling ticket for 90 lakh rupees, and that has also come to the fore in public domain.
The BJP further took to social media, releasing a specific poster for the Aam Aadmi Party connection with the emerging cash for tickets allegation in the national capital. Following conversations over cash for ticket by the Congress ahead of these Gujarat polls, former Congress MLA Kamini Ba has now announced her decision for joining the BJP. Addressing an event with regards to the Rozgar Mela initiative by the government, the Prime Minister distributed at least 71,000 appointment letters to new recruits employed as a result of the fairs.
I'm sure India took it up and will take it up, but the point is, he's a Malaysian national, yeah. I mean, he's a Malaysian national, you invite him to somewhere, etc. Whether they knew, I have no knowledge of that. I have as much access to information as you are. You can ask me my views on Zakir Naik. My views and your views are the same on that.
Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia has now stated that employment certificates are to be given to at least 10 lakh youth by the Prime Minister for government organizations, army as well as other institutions by December 2023. The NI has approached the Supreme Court against a Bombay High Court order granting bail to Anand Teltubade, booked under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act in the Bhima Koregaon blast case. Supreme Court has agreed to hear the case on 25th of November, and Anand had been arrested over links with Maoists deemed responsible for violence that broke out in the Bhima Koregaon in Maharashtra in 2018. Northern Army Commander Lieutenant General Upendra Dwivedi has given a press conference at Pooch in Jammu and Kashmir, with the officer addressing several issues such as the pertinence of Jammu and Kashmir. Speaking on Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, he mentioned that the stand that centre had in the matter. Northern Army Commander Lieutenant General Upendra Dwivedi further addressed the manner in which the terrorism was being promoted in Jammu and Kashmir from across the border. Raids have been conducted by Income Tax Department at the residence of BRS Minister Malla Reddy, his son-in-law as well. Officials are further seen at Reddy University and other properties of the Telangana Labour Minister. BSF informed of an intruder coming from Pakistan neutralized along with the international border in the Arispura sector of Jammu and Kashmir. He was reportedly warned by troops but continued approaching toward the border fence. Now, the border, in fact, the area has been cordoned off and a search operation is underway with no retaliation from Pakistan. 4 people, including 3 people from West Jaintia Hills and an Assam forest guard, were killed in a firing incident that took place along the Assam-Meghalaya border. The incident comes across as deliberations on border issues in at least 16 districts at the border is being undertaken by the 2 states. A case of mass conversion of 11 Hindu couples in a community marriage has been reported from Bharatpur, Rajasthan, with the conversion to Buddhism alleged to include oaths not to believe in Hindu deities. Ceremony is further reported to be the 5th ceremony of its kind. Three casualties and 4 injuries have been reported after a goods train derailed at the Korai station in Odisha. Now, rescue work was underway. The wagons affected following the incident were cleared from the tracks. Union Petrol Minister Hardeep Singh Puri, while asked about Zakir Naik being invited to Qatar as the FIFA World Cup is held in the country, stated that Naik was a national who he had limited information about, and that his personal views about him were a different matter. He further stated that he was pretty sure India would take the situation up.
Sure, India took it up and will take it up, but the point is, he's a Malaysian national, yeah. I mean, he's a Malaysian national, you invite him to somewhere, etc. Whether they knew, I have no knowledge of that. I have as much access to information as you are. You can ask me my views on Zakir Naik. My views and your views are the same on that.
A plea has been moved by Aam Aadmi Party leader Jasmine Shah against Delhi Lieutenant Governor V.K. Saxena for restricting him from discharging his duties as Vice Chairman of the Dialogue and Development Commission of Delhi. The court has said that it will examine the scope of the power that can be exercised by the LG in the matter and is scheduled to hear the matter on Monday. Tehsil Chowk in Baramulla has been remanded and now renamed in fact as the Bindas Chowk, with the statue of the martyred police constable Mudassir Ahmed Sheikh inaugurated at the Chowk. Mudassir's father spoke about the pride he had for his son as he defended the country from Pakistan-sponsored terrorism.
मेरा करीडी में शहीद हुआ। आज उसी की एक यादगार बारामूला चौक में बनाई गई कि जिसको इनॉग्रेशन के लिए हमारे डीजीपी J&K एडिशनल डीजीपी कश्मीर इनॉग्रेशन के लिए आ रहे हैं। तो मुझे इसके बारे में बहुत ही बड़ा एक फ़ख्र है। मैं इसमें गर्व समझता हूँ कि हमारे बच्चे ने अपने मुल्क के लिए और अपनी रियासत जम्मू कश्मीर के लोगों और अपनी रियासत के लिए अपनी जान नशवर की। मैं इस चीज़ को फ़ख्र समझता हूँ।
A clash between fans of Argentina and Brazil was reported in Kollam in Kerala. A police case has been registered in the matter. Newly appointed Governor of West Bengal, Dr. C.V. Ananda Bose, earlier had now arrived in Kolkata with the oath-taking ceremony for the new governor for the state to be held tomorrow. A case had been registered against two drug suppliers after Bandra unit of the narcotics cell arrested two drug suppliers from the Jogeshwari area and seized at least 1 kilogram of hashish reported to be valued at 30 lakh rupees in the international market. Further investigations underway in the matter. Are being arrested for putting out a social media post allegedly demeaning Tamil Nadu CM and Talent Kishore Keswami was sent to judicial custody by the criminal court. Kishore has been sent to judicial custody till the 5th of December. India, the UN has condemned the recent ICBM launch by North Korea, with the launch coming days after ballistic missiles launches in the preceding months, following which the Security Council meet was convened in the matter.
India condemns the recent ICBM launch by the DPRK. This follows other ballistic missile launches in the preceding months, following which the Security Council had met. These launches constitute a violation of the resolutions of the Security Council relating to the DPRK. They affect the peace and security of the region and beyond. India calls for full implementation of the relevant UN Security Council relations relating to the DPRK.
Indian naval ships arrived in South Korea for a port call. The ships are scheduled to undertake professional and social interactions with the South Korean Navy, which would also include a maritime partnership exercise at sea. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has met the UAE's foreign Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan, with the meet making it the fourth structured meeting of its kind this year. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese took to social media to inform of the country's free trade agreement with India passed through the Australian Parliament. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh had met Defence Minister US Secretary of Defence Lloyd J. Austin in Cambodia as he attends a gathering of Defence Ministers of the ASEAN with aims to boost ties between the member countries on the agenda for the meet. China's Defence Minister General Feng Ge and US Defence Minister Lloyd Austin arrived at Tuesday's Association of Southeast Asian Nations Defence Ministers meeting being held in Cambodia. Both officials plan to meet with participants on the margins of the main gathering of ministers from the 10-nation organization known as the ASEAN. A powerful earthquake killed at least 162 people and injured hundreds on Indonesia's main island. The earthquake particularly affected the town of West Java, place of dwelling of roughly 175,000 people. Damage, blackouts and lack of heavy equipment have hampered rescuers, but power and phone communications have begun to improve in the quake-hit areas. US Vice President Kamala Harris flew to a western Philippines island province at the edge of the South China Sea to reportedly amplify America's support to its treaty ally and underline US interest in freedom of navigation in the waters disputed with China. The man suspected of opening fire at a gay nightclub in Colorado Springs has been held on murder and hate crime charges, while hundreds of people gathered to honor the 5 people killed and 17 wounded in the attack on a venue that for decades was a sanctuary for the local LGBTQ community. Extreme poverty and insurgency are being reported to be shaping flood relief efforts in Balochistan, with the disadvantage not being witnessed in other regions of the country. The perceived lack of response enforces a view that Balochistan is being neglected in favor of its richer and more powerful regions in the country. Thousands of football supporters turned out at a fan zone in the ground of the university there as Senegal took on Netherlands in the opening round of matches in Group A in Qatar. The game ended in disappointment for the Senegalese after late goals gave the Dutch a 2-0 win. England beat Iran with 6 goals as Iran managed to score 2 in the match. Iran is competing in the World Cup amid a violent crackdown on a major women's protest movement, resulted in the deaths of at least 419 people, according to human rights activists in Iran. Cristiano Ronaldo took over Times Square virtually ahead of Portugal's World Cup opener against Ghana to unveil his latest wax figure for Madame Tussauds, New York. 37-year-old became the first athlete to ever accomplish Times Square takeover, giving a personal video message to his fans, which was screened on the billboards and buildings in the iconic square. There were mixed emotions for fans of Wales and the US in watching in London as the two sides drew 1-1 in their opening game of the Qatar World Cup. Wales is set to play Iran in the second game before the United States faces Group B leaders, England. And thousands of Argentina supporters gathered in Doha on Monday to cheer for their national team. Argentina expected to have over 50,000 fans arriving in Doha, according to fan leaders, as Lionel Messi plays the opener match for his last possible World Cup.
झाके रे झाके झरोखे से झाके हैरत से आंखें अपनी सी दुनिया नई रंगी लागे ख्यालों की खिड़की से मन कूदे भागे झाके रे झाके झरोखे से झाके के दंग है छोटे बड़े सारे झाके रे झाके हर कोई ताके तरक्की को टुक टुक हर कोई ताके झाके रे झाके
Reimagineering brighter futures with smarter steels. ArcelorMittal Nippon Steel India. Smarter steels, brighter futures.
30 to 40% of the people who didn't even know they had diabetes had soaring sugar levels.
To help India beat diabetes, BITO has collaborated with Lions Club International to conduct diabetes screening camps all over India to create awareness and control this silent epidemic.
आपने शुगर चेक की क्या?
Get your diabetes care program with a free BITO glucometer. Give a missed call on 740-1100.
Sources at the Forensic Science Laboratory in Delhi stated that the laboratory has been approached by the Delhi police as further. Aftab's polygraph test is possible today. In fact, preparations were reported to be underway with expectations of the test to be conducted today.
Australia has 5% import duty, most of the labor-intensive sectors, which we are interested in. Textiles, apparels, agriculture, fish products, leather, footwear, many engineering products, jewellery, and certain select pharmaceutical products, because other pharmaceutical products, they have zero duty already. Furniture and sports goods. These are the important sectors which are labor-intensive, so far as India is concerned. And as of now, our competitors are gaining ground therein, like China, Vietnam, and other countries who have FTAs with them. They are gaining. Once we get these exemptions or the duty elimination, it will be great. Competition will be, we will have a level playing field for us also. Then another major gains here, which I think the last slide, which has been mentioned about the pharmaceutical sectors, because they have agreed for certain arrangements.
Go back.
Yeah, they have agreed for
Back.
They have agreed for certain arrangements between the two sides, the technical authorities, who will, like the Australian side, will allow you the market access of the pharmaceutical products by as per the approval. If your product has got the approval from the US FDA or the regulatory bodies, then those products will have a faster approval in Australia. At the same time, we will go to that slide subsequently, but if you look at the various industries, what are the materials we are importing from the Australia? Most of them are raw materials, and raw materials are required for our manufacturing industry. Therefore, in a way, this agreement gives a chance for our manufacturing industry to get access to the raw material which they require. The composition of the India's imports from Australia and India's exports to Australia, if you look at the composition, you see that India imports about 82% of the raw materials and 14% intermediate goods. Taken together, it is 96%. What is being imported from Australia is raw materials or the intermediate goods. Consumer goods are very minuscule, 3%, and the capital goods are negligible, 1%. Whereas India exports consumer goods to the extent of 72%, intermediate goods to the extent of 16%. In a nutshell, about 88% is our major, and then capital goods is also 11%, and raw materials a minuscule of 1%. Then in trade and services, if you look into the various gains we have, Australia has a wide-ranging commitments in around 135 sub-sectors, and they also have a MFN commitments on certain sectors. The here primarily gain is in terms of the market access as well as the mobility of the people. The annual quota of 1,800 for yoga teachers, Indian staff. Similarly, post-study visa, work visa will be there, which will be from 18 months to 4 years, which is quite substantial time for the Indian students studying there. Work and holiday visa. Similarly, you have the biggest advantage under this is Australia has the approval in the Parliament has been on amendment of the DTA, that is a double taxation avoidance agreement, which was pending for so many years after 91 when the DTA was signed, and after that it is in under the Indus Ekta only when this amendment has been carried out and Parliament has approved. Now it has gone for the royal assent for the same. Once this is happening, then there will be a lot of benefit to the ITS issues, and then India is paying, these companies are paying around.
This is NASSCOM estimate, $200 million. NASSCOM has estimated that the IT industry is paying, and this will grow because of the competitiveness. Our industry will get more business. This will continue to grow. They feel ultimately this benefit could be as high as $1 billion a year. Thank you very much, Mr. Mazumdar, for your very crisp and very informative presentation. It indeed is a landmark moment for Australia and India, and I'd like to compliment.
अबू हमजा मुहाजिर फ्रॉम गुजरात. हाँ, इंडिया के थे, केरला के थे, तमिलनाडु के भी थे, जो कतर में थे, दोहा में थे.
Following the arrest of Abdullah Basit and several others in that particular module from Karnataka, other sleeper cells that were still operating, and that's exactly what we are witnessing today.
These acts have been inspired and influenced by some terrorist organization which is having global presence.
40% of the people who didn't even know they had diabetes had soaring sugar levels.
To help India beat diabetes, BITO has collaborated with Lions Club International to conduct diabetes screening camps all over India to create awareness and control this silent epidemic.
आपने शुगर चेक की क्या?
Get your diabetes care program with a free Beto glucometer. Give a missed call on 740-1100.
Several people, including 8 children, were killed on Sunday after a truck rammed into a roadside settlement in Bihar's Vaishali district.
Very shocking incident coming to light from UP, where ex-lover has been arrested in killing of a woman whose body was chopped and found in a well.
BJP MLA MP Kumaraswamy was beaten up by angry villagers near the Kudur district in Mudiger. Sources said that there was a public outcry against the authorities.
Roundup of news in brief. BJP at a press conference following the development of one of the masouds of the jailed Minister Sitendra Jain being a POXO accused convict. The BJP has accused the AAP of engaging in a barter system of providing protection in turn of protection. Speaking at a press conference, AAP leader stated that while they would have a look at all the stings and allegations being produced by the BJP, they would also demand justification for the past 15 years from the BJP. The Delhi High Court has dismissed a petition seeking the transfer of investigation from that.
15 years ago, where I am told by many industry associations and export organizations, as well as I see in the files, that decisions were taken without substantive stakeholder involvement and consultation, which very often led to lacunae and very often led to negativity about the agreement in certain sections of business and industry. You will observe that both major agreements done by Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, whether the comprehensive economic partnership with UAE or the Indus Ekta agreement, both have received near unanimous, or for that matter unanimous support of all stakeholders in all the three countries, UAE, Australia, and in India. Every sector is happy. Every sector has supported this. Every line ministry is completely on board in agreement with the decisions taken. And the IT sector is the biggest gainer. So it also reflects, for all your consideration, that services plays a very increasingly important role in free trade agreements. We are all aware that today services constitutes a major part of economies. And our focus when we are doing negotiations is both on goods and on services. And the IT industry has shared with our ministry that if this tax goes away, which has now been approved by Parliament, Australian Parliament, they can see a quantum jump in their business with Australia. I'm sure the IT industry will be immensely pleased with this very big achievement that has happened today. Another issue that I would like to share with you particularly is the fact that for the first time we have got visas for Indian chefs and our yoga instructors. And we have also got a commitment that every child who goes from India to study in Australia will get an opportunity to work there, depending on the quality of the level of education. So a STEM graduate, suppose somebody is a STEM graduate, science, technology, engineering, maths, he will get up to 4 years. That one? Yes. He will get up to 4 years work visa. Subject, of course, to their processes that he has to be competent, he has to be good enough to work. But he will get the ability to work for 4 years. And different levels. If it's a postgraduate degree, I think he gets 3 years. Doctoral is 4 years. Postgraduate is 3 years. So, very good opportunities for our young boys and girls who go to Australia to study to continue to work there and in a way make up also for the expenditure that they do for studying there. We may also like to note, as it was mentioned, is the first FTA with a developed country after almost a decade, and a country with whom we have so much complementarity. You saw from the charts that we have nothing where we are competing with each other. We are providing largely finished goods, capital goods, and value-added goods, which gives us a lot of job opportunities for people in India. While he mentioned 10 lakh, we will of course be looking for more and more opportunities to see how Indian businesses can get bigger market share in Australia. They are large importers of capital goods, of finished goods, automobiles, many products they are importing in Australia. They have focused their economy mostly on raw materials. And raw materials coming cheaper to India will actually make Indian industry more competitive and help us gain export interests or market share with other countries also. So it's a win-win for us on both sides. The imports coming cheaper on the raw material side or intermediate goods will help us become more competitive in other markets, will help Indian consumers get goods and services at competitive prices. So I'm also playing my role as Consumer Affairs Minister, and this will help our industry add jobs, add work opportunities, help our startups and stakeholders of different industries. You may also like to note that we have also talked to them for recognition of dual degrees, so that our educational institutions, thanks to the National Education Policy 2020, which Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, after extensive consultations, nearly 3 lakh feedback was received. And that is another policy you may have noticed, no criticism. Otherwise, till date, there has never been an education policy which was not roundly criticized by different sectors. This is one education policy which has found resonance with all sections of society. And we believe that with dual degrees, we can also earn foreign exchange with Australian children coming to India for part of their course. And this way, Indian students' expenditure also will reduce. If part of their training and study is in India and part in Australia, the whole expenditure will come down. I'm only sharing with you the multifarious dimensions and the benefits that this agreement will give to India, to Indian businesses, to Indian students, to the people of India, and of course will help us strengthen our geopolitical partnership, our friendship with a friendly democratic country like Australia. Because of this agreement and businesses wanting to set up manufacturing in India, we also see a lot of potential for jobs by Australian investments coming to India, manufacturing in India at scale to serve both Indian markets and the rest of the world from India, which will create job opportunities for our young boys and girls. Finally, as I had mentioned in an earlier interaction, for those of you who remember, our pharma industry will get a big boost because medicines which have already gone through a rigorous approval process from USA and UK. Any of our medicines or any of our factories of pharma already approved by USA and UK will have a pathway, a fast-track mechanism to get approval in the Australian regulatory system. So another area which will get huge benefits. As Textile Minister, I can share with you that the textile sector has been keenly waiting, and in fact some of them have already started a dialogue with their counterparts, importers in Australia. Some missions, textile industry delegations have already gone and have started discussing and having a dialogue with Australian counterparts, and sectors like textiles. Our gem and jewelry is very excited about the potential of selling to high-income earners in Australia. Their products, our lab-grown diamonds will get new opportunities. So this is going to really open up significant new opportunities in so many sectors for our Indian businesses. And finally, I would also like to compliment Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi for the wonderful relations he has kept bilaterally, bipartisan, with both the political formulations, the Labour and the Labour, which is the current ruling party, and the erstwhile ruling party. You may recall this agreement was finalized when another party was in power. After that, there was an election because of which some months were lost in the process. Because of a similar process like India, they could not go to parliament during elections. But you will note that the good relations that Prime Minister Modi has built with both parties, and the fact that Prime Minister Modi from first day directed all of us negotiators that an agreement has to be good for both countries, good for businesses in both countries, good for the people in both countries. This was the direction Prime Minister Modi gave us in the first meeting when he agreed to launch this negotiation. And an agreement which is good for both countries obviously will be found good by both the parties. So the new incoming party also found that this is an agreement which is good for them. Under Prime Minister Modi's guidance, I had already had
So more details of that bilateral free trade agreement that Australia's Parliament, remember now, has passed something very, very significant. We just heard from the Union Minister Piyush Goyal actually talking about this. Let's understand why this is important, why the timing is significant. Abhishek joining us live right now. You know, Abhishek, many would say that this is a milestone in the relationship between, India and Australia, especially at a point where a lot of markets that had moved towards China possibly could be moving towards India. Is that the larger focus here?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, remember there was a time that Australia had become so beholden to China, Deepthi, that they had even walked out of Quad, and the Quad exercises, Malabar exercises that happened. So in that sense, I think it's an important move, but I think it is not just about Australia, the details of which were shared by Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal a while back. But what is important is, like Australia, the United Kingdom is absolutely keen that they have a free trade area agreement signed with India in the soonest possible time, as also the European Union, separately with Canada. And the fact that more than half a dozen big economies from the developed world are so keen to sign a free trade agreement with India clearly suggests that when it comes to global trade, India is the next hotspot post-pandemic, given the fact that every region of the world wants a China plus one strategy till the time that they can become fully independent of their dependence as of now on China when it comes to manufacturing particularly. We have seen how policy measures have been put in place, including, for example, the production-linked incentive scheme post the pandemic, to not just handhold those industries, but to really create an ecosystem where India becomes a clear, not just a competitor, but a proper alternative to all those manufacturing goods apart from China. So I think in that sense, this is a good marker, a good beginning with Australia operationalizing at their end the free trade agreement, which is called ECTA, and signed between the two sides sometime last year. And now, of course, it's over to the United Kingdom and the European Union. It's likely that this might happen just another next 6 months.
Oh yes, and that's a tweet from the Australian Prime Minister earlier, who's actually said that the Australian Parliament has ratified that trade pact with India. Abhishek, thank you so much for helping us understand the imports of that story. And let's return back to a lot of domestic politics. Remember, the Gujarat election is just around the corner. In less than 10 days is where you will see that high stakes battle. But people are asking, where is the opposition? Is the Congress even fighting the election? One after the other, there are reports of not just setbacks for the Congress party, but very grave allegations also of money for ticket. One such former MLA, in fact, has spoken to Republic. She's quit the Congress party now. She's joined the BJP. But listen into what she says.
की बात कॉम्पिटिटर की बात बोली, अच्छे इंसान की बात बोली, वो तो गुजरात प्रदेश कांग्रेस समिति के लिए कुछ मायने ही नहीं रखता, क्योंकि सर्वे में आने के बाद भी अगर मेरे साथ ऐसा होता है, जब मुझे पता था कि सर्वे रिपोर्ट दिल्ली से किया गया था, 25-25 लाख रुपए खर्च के ये रिपोर्ट्स किया गया था, तो सारे पैसे की बर्बादी है, बस लेन देन का व्यापार ही चल रहा है।
तो क्या कांग्रेस पार्टी में अभी भी ऐसा हो रहा है कि क्या कुछ ऐसे एजेंट जरूर हैं जो ऐसा करते हैं, पूरी ब्रोकरिंग डील करते हैं, टिकट देने के लिए कैश कैंडिडेट्स को एक्सटॉर्शन किया जाता है?
जी, बात खुल के बहुत दुखदायक बात तो ये है कि कई सीटों पे ऐसा हुआ है, मगर उनके साथ ऑथेंटिक पुरावे ना होने की वजह से, या तो फिर उनको कांग्रेस में रहने की वजह से उन्होंने ये बात को इतना खुल के बाहर नहीं लाया। और मुझे शायद मैं पार्टी में रहती भी, और अगर ना भी रहती तो मैं ये पार्टी के लिए जो गलत चीज़ थी उसको मैंने खुल के बाहर लाया, इसलिए मुझे इस बात का कोई भी दुख नहीं है। और मैं तो ये निवेदन करूंगी कि जिसके साथ भी ऐसा हुआ है उसको पार्टी छोड़ के बीजेपी ज्वाइन करनी चाहिए, या तो उसे खुल के बाहर आना चाहिए।
We're heading into a break right now, but when we come back, we are getting you the very latest coming in from Assam and Meghalaya, where 5 people have been killed in a firing-related incident. This is a fresh tension that's brewing in the area. The Meghalaya Chief Minister has responded to that incident too. The full story on the other side. Also, he is the face of terror. Sharik hid his identity. He pretended to be a Hindu. The ugly plot now is just beginning to unravel.
QS&THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
30 to 40% of the people who didn't even know they had diabetes had soaring sugar levels.
To help India beat diabetes, BITO has collaborated with Lions Club International to conduct diabetes screening camps all over India to create awareness and control this silent epidemic.
आपने शुगर चेक की क्या?
Get your diabetes care program with a free Beto glucometer. Give a missed call on 740-1100.
Roundup of news in brief. BJP at a press conference following the development of one of the masouds of the jailed Minister Satendra Jain being a POXO accused convict. The BJP has accused the AAP of engaging in a barter system of providing protection in turn of protection. Speaking at a press conference, AAP leader stated that while they would have a look at all the stings and allegations being produced by the BJP, they would also demand justification for the past 15 years from the BJP. The Delhi High Court has dismissed the petition seeking the transfer of investigation from the police to the CBI, with the CBI stating that they couldn't find a single good reason to entertain the plea.
Shocker coming in from Madhya Pradesh. The man killed allegedly for molesting a woman. A male skeleton of a youth has been found after 4 months. 2 casualties were reported after a goods train had derailed in Odisha, and rescue operations are underway at the site.
At least 15 people were reported injured after a multiple vehicle crash on the
अबू हमजा मुहाजिर फ्रॉम गुजरात। हाँ, इंडिया के थे, केरला के थे, तमिलनाडु भी थे, जो खतर में थे, दोहा में थे, दुबई।
Following the arrest of Abdullah Basit and several others in that particular module from Karnataka, other sleeper cells that were still operating, and that's exactly what we are witnessing today.
These acts have been inspired and influenced by some terrorist organization which is having global presence.
Welcome back. You're with us here on Republic. We are putting our focus on what's happened between Assam and Meghalaya. Now, it's a fresh escalation that's brewing in the particular area. Remember, there are contested areas between the two states. The reason why there was a border agreement signed just in March of this year. A firing incident now has reportedly taken place at the state's border, in which at least 4 people have lost their lives. Now, responding to this entire incident, the Meghalaya Chief Minister just spoke a little while earlier, and he says an FIR has been lodged because he claims this was unprovoked firing. He is also saying that 5 people have lost their lives. Internet services in the area have also now been suspended.
On the 22nd of November, an unfortunate incident occurred at Mukro village in West Jayantee Hills district, where 6 persons have died due to firing by Assam police and Assam forest guards. I would like to express my deepest condolences to the bereaved families who have lost their loved ones. As per the reports, a truck carrying timber was pursued by the Assam forest guards with the Assam police and was detained by the Assam police and Assam forest guards at Mukro village in West Jayantee Hills district. On hearing this, people from Mukro village gathered in large numbers and surrounded the Assam police and Assam forest guards. This led to firing by the Assam police, in which 5 persons from Meghalaya died. 1 Assam forest guard also died due to the firing. The injured persons have been shifted to Boroto PHC and Yalong Civil Hospital. On hearing of the incident, the district magistrate, the superintendent of police and other magistrates rushed to the spot. Inquest has been conducted by the magistrate. The Honorable Home Minister, Government of Meghalaya, has also reached the spot of the incident.
So that is what we heard from the Meghalaya Chief Minister just a little while earlier, who's reiterating that this, he says, is a case of unprovoked firing. He's also saying that this is a case that should be accounted for. The reason why, he says, an FIR now has been lodged in the entire case. Now, what you're looking at on your screen are images of earlier today, where you have seen this fracas that broke out. And on the left of your screens is, in fact, the moment of the clash that has been captured on camera. Now, do remember, there are disputed areas between the 2 states of Assam and Meghalaya. And this is the reason why you had the center that helped get both the states on board for a border agreement. And that agreement was signed in the March of this year. But right now you're looking at tensions that allegedly flared up at the border of the 2 states that led to this tragedy unfolding. The Chief Minister of Meghalaya has reacted to that story. New Delhi also closely monitoring the aftermath. And this is our next breaking update. In fact, this is information now coming in of Shariq's Kerala link. In fact, after Karnataka, there is also now proof coming in that Shariq, the bomber, actually also traveled to Kerala. And you're looking at this image on your screens. This is a lodge where Shariq, who's accused in the Mangaluru blast, actually stayed. The police there has been combing several lodges in the area. But this is what sources indicate. This building that you see on your screens is where Shariq stayed. Ashwin is just going to be joining us in a bit. I'm told he's already with us. Ashwin, you've been able to get us this particular image of this lodge. Now tell me, where exactly in Kerala is this? What more details do we have of the visit? For how long was Shariq here? And did he have more people with him? What more details?
Well, absolutely. Right now, I'm in fact outside this very lodge, as this, this lodge is located at Alua, near to the KSRTC bus stand. It is called as Zaitun. Now, as per the police sources, what you're getting information is that between the 13th and 18th of September, Sharik had stayed in this very lodge. They are zeroing in on, they were in fact having a combing of all the lodges in the surroundings, but our sources have now stated that in fact Sharik has stayed here between 13th and 18th. Now also what we are getting to gather is that between this time we are also getting some kind of a report that he had in fact ordered something online and that was used. There were also some reports that we are yet to confirm as well, that he had ordered a waistline as well. Now what is the use of it is what the investigating team is also looking at. But one thing is confirmed, between 13th and 13th to 18th of September, the accused in the Mangalore blast case has stayed here, is what the police sources over here are indicating. Today evening at 7 p.m. probably we're also getting reports that there could also be one more inquiry that will be done by these investigating agencies. Not just the police force, the anti-terror squad, the intelligence bureau of both of the state and center have been doing extensive combing in this area. Now remember, Alua is one stronghold of the radical Islam organizations as well, which so when you look at all these things into consideration, what needs to be seen is what kind of evidences will the police find from this particular lodge, because they are looking at the data which is being collected. But we also get to hear from a police source, because the accused has used a fake Aadhaar card and the ID card. That makes the police to confirm and zero in on it, especially at this time. So 13th to 18th September, the CCTV footages are also a little more difficult to get, because it's been little over a month. So that little over a month, in fact. So that is also a reason why police is slowing down.
Ashwin, very briefly, in 30 seconds, tell me something. Is it the same identity that he used, or is it another identity and another SIM that he was using while he was at that particular location?
Well, that has to be ascertained, but the police is definitely on their toes right now, ascertaining what kind of facilities have been used by the accused in the Mangalore blast case. But what we can say, in Alua, he has stayed for 5 to 6 days, right outside, at this particular lodge.
All right, Ashwin, that's a big breaking update that you're getting to us. In September, the bomber Sharik was at that particular location. Republic reporting live from there. On the other side of this quick break, there are more details, more damning revelations that continue to emerge by the moment. Don't go anywhere. So that will be our lead story when we come back after this very quick break. What was the real target? What was the modus operandi? Everything when we come back. And this video has went viral, so has the defense of the Aam Aadmi Party. But there are more revelations about this man that you see on your screen. The Aam Aadmi Party said he's a physiotherapist, but the details now emerge that he was a rapist.
Shocker coming in from Madhya Pradesh. The man killed allegedly for molesting a woman. A male skeleton of a youth has been found after 4 months. 2 casualties were reported after a goods train had derailed in Odisha, and rescue operations are underway at the site.
At least 15 people were reported injured after a multiple vehicle crash on the Mumbai-Bengaluru highway near the bridge in Pune.
Here are the other stories that we're tracking at this hour. Following claims by the Aam Aadmi Party that the massage being received by jailed Delhi Minister Satyendra Jain was by a physiotherapist, new information has emerged that alleges that the masseur is a person accused of the rape of a minor and currently jailed in the Tihar jail since April this year. Following a video of an Aam Aadmi Party MLA, Gulab Singh Yadav, being beaten up by Aam Aadmi Party workers and being chased out, emerged over the cash for tickets scam in the national capital, with the BJP taking to social media to release a specific poster in the wake of the allegation.
Sources at the Forensic Science Laboratory in Delhi stated that the laboratory has been approached by the Delhi police as further. Aftab's polygraph test is possible today. In fact, preparations were reported to be underway with expectations of the test to be conducted today.
Several people, including 8 children, were killed on Sunday after a truck rammed into a roadside settlement in Bihar's Vaishali district.
Very shocking incident coming to light from UP, where ex-lover has been arrested in killing of a woman whose body was chopped and found in a well.
BJP MLA MP Kumaraswamy was beaten up by angry villagers near the Kudur district in Mudiger. Sources said that there was a public outcry against the authorities.
Roundup of news in brief. BJP at a press conference following the development of one of the masouds of the jailed Minister Satendra Jain being a POXO accused convict. The BJP has accused the AAP of engaging in a barter system of providing protection in turn of protection. Speaking at a press conference after
fire which took place, which erupted in a workshop in central China's Henan province in the city of Anyang.
Police has now been given extended custody of Aftab, the main accused in the murder of Shraddha Walkar.
Devastating earthquake that hit Indonesia's mainland in Java has claimed over 162 lives.
Who has more at stake? Whose promises resonate?
कांग्रेस के समय में घोटाले गिनना मुश्किल है और भाजपा के समय में घोटाले ढूंढना मुश्किल है.
And who will make it on counting day?
इनको वोट दोगे ये आपके बच्चों को जहरीली शराब पिलाएंगे. मुझे वोट दोगे मैं आपके बच्चों के लिए स्कूल बनाऊंगा, आपके बच्चों को नौकरी दूंगा.
डबल इंजन की सिर्फ बातें हैं, आगे बढ़ाने की कोई बात नहीं.
December 8th with Arnab.
Hello and welcome viewers, you're watching India's #1 news channel Republic TV. I'm Shivangi Shukla and we're getting to all the top updates. Of course, many updates are coming in, especially what is happening in the probe in the Mangaluru blast. Lot of angles, lot of revelations, all coming first on Republic TV. But first, as usual, the headlines we're tracking at this hour.
Was staying more than 1 month like that, I think. That fellow, we don't know Sharik, but in the name of Gauri, one fellow from Karnataka, he is staying on 3rd September.
The face of the terror, Sharik hid his identity, pretended to be a Hindu. The ugly plot exposed. Republic gets a clincher lead in Mangaluru blast. Pumpwell flyover was a target of the bomber. Aam Aadmi Party Minister Satendra Jain's Masoor, not a physiotherapist but a rapist, inside jail for allegedly raping a minor. The Republic news break on Tihar tapes gets bigger. Aam Aadmi Party's physiotherapy defense collapses completely. Aftab misleading investigators on location of severed head. The police custody extended by 4 days. Ahead of the Gujarat polls, another jolt to Congress. Kamini Ba quits Congress and joins the BJP. All right, viewers, we are going to our top story, the story which has grabbed the headlines for the past few days ever since we broke it first on Republic TV. The Mangaluru blast. In fact, when we spoke to the MLA after it happened, he said that there's nothing to worry about yet. But as investigation continued, the police had confirmed it's a terror act. And the details coming out right now, many top details came out. One is the main accused, Sharik. Sharik had, in fact, posed as a Hindu. Number two, Coimbatore link was already established as per investigation, but now we're learning that there's more to the story. There's a Kerala link also which has come out, viewers, and that Sharik had multiple targets in mind. He also wanted to target a flyover. He was planning something much bigger, and that's what the investigation is looking at right now. That's where things are moving. Now, in fact, the visuals on the screen, viewers, as a lodge where Sharik had stayed in Kochi, and Republic has been at this story. We have been trying to get all the exclusive details. We also have, in fact, got that bite off of the father of Sharik, where he said that I want my son to live a life of dignity. All right, Ashwin is joining us live right now. Ashwin, you know, this story is taking multiple angles, and not just that, Ashwin, you know, the biggest link right now, the Kerala link coming out after the Coimbatore link. Ashwin, talk to us a little bit about the latest update on Republic TV.
Well, right now I'm outside the suburbs of Kochi in a place called Alua. And at Alua, near this, I'm right now standing at the KSRTC bus stand. And here next to the bus stand, just behind me, you can see a huge building over here. This huge building is where the accused in the Mangaluru blast, Sharik, had stayed. This is what the police sources are indicating to us. In fact, yesterday at around 3 p.m., several members of the ATS and the police had come over here, had done a combing operation looking at the data which has been collected, the visitors and the data of people of state of 2-3 lodges nearby. But our sources are indicating that the police have zeroed in on this particular lodge, which is called as Zaitun. Now, as per the information given, between September 13th and 18th, Sharik has allegedly and reportedly have stayed here in this hotel, in this particular lodge. And also there are reports that we are also trying to talk. What we are getting from our sources is that the police is trying to see who all have he met, because staying in one particular lodge for almost 6 days is something which is extremely suspicious. Has there been meeting inside this very lodge? Has he gone out? Has he met with people, or has he met with any organization? What has he bought during these days? There are some unconfirmed reports which say that he had even done an Amazon online order which was received here. So that also needs to be ascertained. All this while he is having a pit shop over here. We're getting some information that after staying here, he had gone to Tamil Nadu, Nagarkoil, and then to Coimbatore. So these details are what is emerging. But one thing police sources have confirmed, in fact, between 13th to 18th, Sharik has stayed over here, and that is one important update in this case. Perhaps when the ATS, when the NIA is going to take over this case in the coming days, this will also be one of the crucial points of investigation as well. Back to you.
Right. And just before I came to you, I was talking a bit about, the handler as well, the father of the handler, which said that I want my son to come back on track, Abdul Mateen. Many links coming out. In fact, very soon, viewers, I'll be joined by Varshini as well, because Varshini has also spoken to a lodge owner in Coimbatore as well. We'll come to that very shortly. Ashwin, let's talk a little bit about where the investigation is heading right now. Also, the big question mark, and also what the suspicion is, that he had a lot of links
to international terrorist organizations. Very concerning. In fact, there was a graffiti that our viewers had seen yesterday. Very concerning messages on that graffiti. Ashwin, if you could tell us right now more about where the investigation is going when it comes to the terror angle, which is very, very clear in this probe which is happening.
Well, of course, there are multiple instances of it's a very, very shocking, nefarious activity which the accused has done. Number one, creating a fake identity for himself and using a fake identity. I remember he earlier used an identity of a railway person who works in the railway from Sitapur, and his identity was used. Now, here we are yet to confirm what sort of identity, what sort of Aadhaar card has been provided to ensure that he gets lodging for 6 days in this particular lodge behind me. That is also being investigated. The kind of SIM card which he has used. Remember, this is one area, Alua is one area which is known for a very, very, we have seen one of the, we can definitely connect it by saying that this is one of the stronghold of the now banned PFI also. So all this will definitely be looked upon by the NIA. And what is interesting today, there has been a very high-level meeting of not just the ATS but also the state intelligence, the central intelligence, all have met together today, and this meeting is still going on. The meeting started at 11 a.m. in Kochi, and that is still going on, which shows that there is something serious link from Kerala that cannot be taken away, and perhaps the lodge itself, confirmation by the police, is one headway to it. Back to you.
Right, Ashwin. So a high-level meeting taking place over there, and let's go to Varshini as well. Varshini, you also have spoken to a lodge owner as well in Coimbatore, and in fact, like Ashwin was saying, and I will tell our viewers that as well, Sharik has used multiple fake identities, a fake Aadhaar card. He's posed as a Hindu as well. Varshini, if you could just tell us a little bit more about what you have picked up today, especially after talking to the lodge owner in Coimbatore.
Sharik had come down to Coimbatore in the early days of September, and he had stayed there for almost 3 days. The lodge tells us that he is lodged in at on September 3rd, and for 3 days if he was there, then it means he was there until September 6th. And we also hear that this is the time when Sharik had become friends with this Surendra, who had been arrested taken into police custody for his his Aadhaar card has been registered with the SIM card that was used by Sharik on of the blast in Mangaluru. And also the lodge owner tells us that they did not even know that his name was Sharik. He was staying under the name called Gauri. He called himself Gauri Arun Kumar, and he gave him also necessary proofs so that the lodge owner allowed him to stay in his lodge. And during that time he had befriended Surendra, and we also learned that Surendra was a complete alcoholic. The lodge owner tells that they had to force Surendra to leave after a certain point where Surendra's behavior was not fit to for them to accommodate in their lodge. Therefore this was taken an advantage by Sharik. He had taken advantage of Surendra's intoxicated state, taken the fake Aadhaar card of Surendra and used it to purchase the SIM card. Therefore it all feels like it was a planned visit to not like is trying purposefully came to Coimbatore. Definitely there should be something to stay here for days, and if at all he was ready to purchase a SIM card from there could be serious with this whole conspiracy, this planning of this attack. There could be some part played by either the people here or the places here, or some kind of connection should be prevalent, which we are definitely looking into, and we will be looking into more of details as to where else Sharik go, who else came to Coimbatore. If there's any other link that we can find out in this matter is the thing that currently is going on in Coimbatore.
All right. Okay, Varshini, I just want the viewers to have a look at this report which has been filed by you earlier when you have spoken to the lodge owner. Before we go to that, more information on the main accused, Sharik. That's also coming out right now. What we're learning so far is that Sharik had taken training on repairing and handling mobiles. Remember that viewers, when they went ahead, the police went ahead, went to his residence, they saw what was there, they saw a lot of explosive material. But right now, we are learning, and this is very, very exclusive information coming in, breaking news coming in. Sharik had enrolled himself into a 46-day mobile training course. He had enrolled himself for a mobile training course in Mysuru. A trainer, Prasad, had apprehended Sharik as he was not regular for training classes. Sharik had called the trainer, Prasad, to apologize and stated that he will be a regular henceforth and will attend classes from tomorrow. And tomorrow meaning when this incident had taken place. And Republic accesses the audio clip as well between Sharik and trainer Prasad. So we're getting multiple information coming out. And you know what is the highlight of this big update is that Sharik had taken training on repairing and handling mobiles. Remember that once the recoveries were made from Sharik's residence, there were batteries which were found, gelatin sticks were found, multiple explosive, things were found which could, in fact, be used to build a bomb. And remember, the Mangaluru blast, it was in a cooker, and it had just gone off. So all these details we're getting on Republic TV as investigation continues at this point of time. And as we get more information, let's play out that conversation that Varshini, my colleague, had with the lodge owner in Coimbatore. Let's play that out for our viewers.
This is the place apparently where Sharik stayed for 3 days when he came to Coimbatore during the month of September, and where he had met Surender, the person under whose Aadhaar card the SIM card used Sharik in Mangaluru was registered. We have the proprietor of this home, Mr. Kamraj, with us. He will give us more details about what really happened here. So first of all, please tell us, when did this happen? Like, we hear that Surender was a regular client here, and later on he had met Sharik here, and this is where they became friends. So there's a lot of things happening
separately.
Okay. So we are hearing a lot of things about how they became friends here and all that. Can you give us a little bit of detail about when Surender came here, what happened, and how did they become friends? Are you aware that Sharik was a person of suspect who was staying here?
Surender was staying more than 1 month like that, I think. That fellow, we don't know Sharik, but in the name of Gauri, one fellow from Karnataka, he is staying on 3rd September. On that day, Surender was staying in the next bed. It is a common bed. It is a common hall. We are having around 20 beds in the hall. So he is staying in the next bed.
Okay.
So they are becoming friends, and he is for what reason he has purchased that SIM card, we don't know actually.
Okay, sir, we hear that Surender was also a person that you were not very happy because of his habits. Can you give us an explanation about how his conduct was when he stayed here?
After that only we found that he is alcoholic. But we are not encouraging that behavior within our lodge. So when we came to know that he is becoming alcoholic, we refused to entertain that. And so we refused to accommodate him also in this lodge. So we vacated and went back on the September itself.
All right, viewers, we heard that conversation that my colleague Varshini had with the lodge owner in Coimbatore, where he hid his identity. He used a fake identity card. In fact, he had posed as a Hindu. He also used to use the DP, the display picture of Isha Foundation, as a display picture on WhatsApp. Let's go to Aneri because we're getting some more information coming in. In fact, the information is about that Sharik had taken training on repairing and handling mobiles. Let's go to Aneri. Aneri, share with our viewers a top update we're getting on the Mangaluru blast probe.
Well, that's right, Shivangi. We have been seeing that this IED blast which has taken place here in the city outskirts in Mangaluru, where we see that now in the new breaking development where we have accessed an audio recording of Sharik with his trainer. Well, he had been undergoing training of mobile training, and also this comes as we had seen how he has been trying to change his identity, and he has been staying at various locations, but now in a big development where we see that Sharik had undergone training on repairing and handling the mobile phones, and also we see that as he did not attend that training center for a few days, then he had called up his trainer. This conversation is a very recent conversation which has happened, is what we are being told. But also at the same time now he says that as his glasses, as his specs he will be getting his specs, and so he will be joining the classes tomorrow. He has undergone, he had enrolled for this training into 46 days of mobile training course. He had enrolled for this, and also at the same time what we are being told is that he had himself enrolled for this mobile training course, and also trainer Prasad had apprehended Sharik for not coming to the classes regularly, and then he asked him what was the reason why he did not come, and so Sharik had called up the trainer and apologized for not coming to the classes and said he will be coming attending the classes from tomorrow.
Right.
So now this has been a recent conversation where Sharik, what we are being learning is that Sharik had enrolled for a 46 days training of repairing and handling mobiles.
Well, thank you, Aneri, for joining us with all those details. And of course, the big question comes right now that why did he want to take that training on repairing and handling mobiles? Many questions coming up as Republic TV is getting you all the updates on the Mangaluru Pro. Many angles coming out, viewers, and we'll keep you ahead on the top story. Let's move ahead to the other big story as well. The BJP took out a protest in Kolkata against the Mamta government. In fact, the BJP has been speaking about how the Mamta government is failing on various aspects, whether it is scams, allegations against TMC, or even employment and education. Take a look at this report.
BJP in Bengal held a unique protest. On your screen, you see the BJP leaders with a mosquito net and a model of a mosquito. BJP led the unique protest against Mamta government's inaction amid the rising dengue cases in the state. In fact, this is not the first protest of BJP. The party has been vocal over the issue of increasing dengue and alleged the government failure to tackle the menace. The BJP has been taking out similar protests in the past few weeks against the state government, seeking answers and action from the Mamta government. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
All right, viewers, getting some more updates coming in right now. Breaking updates coming in right now on Republic TV. It seems to be a Shraddha rerun in UP Sitapur. Some breaking updates coming in. What we're learning so far, a dead body of a woman was found in several pieces. Another Shraddha rerun. The accused is allegedly the husband and his friends. Very, very shocking update. A tragic story also coming out from Sitapur right now, where a dead body has been found of a woman in several pieces, and the accused is allegedly the husband and his friends. And as the investigation continues right now in the Shraddha murder, where Aftab is being questioned, where the search is on to find out the body parts of Shraddha, a similar incident coming out from Sitapur of UP, where the dead body was found in several pieces. And what we can also tell you, the visuals of that are on your screen as well. The visuals of that are on your screen, where the accused is allegedly the husband and his friends. It's a terrible crime, a crime where we have learned that on the night of 9th November, the dead body of a woman was found in several pieces, and the woman's head was separated from her body. That's what we're learning so far. Several police teams were looking for the woman by releasing her scratch in the surrounding districts, and after that the police did make some headway, and they did find the body, and they have arrested the husband and his friend of the woman involved in this murder case. On the insistence of the woman's husband, the police have recovered the leg bone of the deceased along with other evidence in this case. So a very, very shocking update coming in, viewers, right now. What seems to be a Shraddha rerun in Sitapur, and let's in fact also tell you that this is alleged that the husband
The husband and his friends are the accused.
Mass conversion incident has come to light from Rajasthan's Bharatpur. Visuals on your screens of the mass conversion. It was a mass wedding event where the mass conversion took place. 11 Hindu couples were converted to Buddhism at the event. Rajasthan BJP President Satish Punia hit out at the Rajasthan government and said that the Congress is only worried about vote bank and is trying to break the society.
देखिए, धर्म, अध्यात्म, संस्कृति और परंपरा ये भारत के सनातन हिंदू समाज की एक विशेषता रही है और पिछले कुछ अरसे से इस पूरे व्यवस्था पर एक तरीके के सांस्कृतिक आक्रमण की कोशिश है जो किसी इस्लामिक और किसी मिशनरी के कन्वर्जन से भी ज़्यादा खतरनाक है.
With the fresh incident, conversions remain biggest flashpoint in the state of Rajasthan. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Viewers, as the FIFA World Cup has kicked off, a big controversy has erupted here in India. That is about the presence of Zakir Naik at the FIFA World Cup. FIFA World Cup. And the big question being raised is that what is a fugitive like Zakir Naik doing there at the FIFA World Cup? In fact, Union Minister for Petroleum and Natural Gas Hardeep Puri has said, and he has expressed his discomfort in connection with what's happening there. He has said that the Indian government will raise this issue and take strong action. That's what's been said by Puri, Hardeep Puri. Let's have a look at what Hardeep Puri had said.
India took it up and will take it up, but the point is he's a Malaysian national, yeah. I mean, he's a Malaysian national, you invite him to somewhere, etc. Whether they knew, I have no knowledge of that. I have as much access to information as you are. You can ask me my views on Zakir Naik. My views and your views are the same on that. I'm sure India took it up and will take it up, but the point is he's a Malaysian national, yeah. I mean, he's a Malaysian national, you invite him to somewhere, etc. Whether they knew, I have no knowledge of that. I have as much access to information as you are. You can ask me my views on Zakir Naik. My views and your views are the same on that.
बोला कि सर्वे की बात, कॉम्पिटिटर की बात बोली, अच्छे इंसान की बात बोली, वो तो गुजरात प्रदेश कांग्रेस समिति के लिए कुछ मायने ही नहीं रखता, क्योंकि सर्वे में आने के बाद भी अगर मेरे साथ ऐसा होता है, जब मुझे पता था कि सर्वे रिपोर्ट दिल्ली से किया गया था, 25-25 लाख रुपए खर्च की ये रिपोर्ट्स किया गया था, तो सारे पैसे की बर्बादी है, बस लेन देन का व्यापार ही चल रहा है.
तो क्या कांग्रेस पार्टी में अभी भी ऐसा हो रहा है कि क्या कुछ ऐसे एजेंट्स जरूर हैं जो ऐसा करते हैं, पूरी ब्रोकरिंग डील करते हैं, टिकट देने के लिए कैश कैंडिडेट्स को एक्सटॉर्शन किया जाता है?
जी, बात खुल के बहुत दुखदायक बात तो ये है कि कई सीटों पे ऐसा हुआ है, मगर उनके साथ ऑथेंटिक पुरावे ना होने की वजह से या तो फिर उनको कांग्रेस में रहने की वजह से उन्होंने ये बात को इतना खुल के बाहर नहीं लाया. और मुझे शायद मैं पार्टी में रहती भी और अगर ना भी रहती तो मैं ये पार्टी के लिए जो गलत चीज़ थी उसको मैंने खुल के बाहर लाया, इसलिए मुझे इस बात का कोई भी दुख नहीं है. और मैं तो ये निवेदन करूंगी कि जिसके साथ भी ऐसा हुआ है उसको पार्टी छोड़ के बीजेपी ज्वाइन करनी चाहिए या तो उसे खुल के बाहर.
Continue to be live and breaking on Republic TV. I mean, get to all the top updates. Do not miss what's coming up on the other side. More than 5 people killed in firing as border talks continue between Assam and Meghalaya. Plus, the face of terror, Sharik hid his identity, pretended to be a Hindu. The ugly plot exposed.
To 40% of the people who didn't even know they had diabetes had soaring sugar levels.
To help India beat diabetes, BITO has collaborated with Lions Club International to conduct diabetes screening camps all over India to create awareness and control this silent epidemic.
आपने शुगर चेक की क्या?
Get your diabetes care program with a free BITO glucometer. Give a missed call on 740-1100.
Here are the other stories that we're tracking at this hour. Following claims by the Aam Aadmi Party that the massage being received by jail Delhi Minister Satyendra Jain was by a physiotherapist, new information has emerged that alleges that the masseur is a person accused of the rape of a minor and currently jailed in the Tihar jail since April this year. Following a video of an Aam Aadmi Party MLA, Gulab Singh Yadav, being beaten up by Aam Aadmi Party workers and being chased out, emerged over the cash for tickets scam in the national capital, with the BJP taking to social media to release a specific poster in the wake of the allegation.
Sources at the Forensic Science Laboratory in Delhi stated that the laboratory has been approached by the Delhi police as further. Aftab's polygraph test is possible today. In fact, preparations were reported to be underway with expectations of the test to be conducted today.
Visuals on your screen from Chhattisgarh's Garyaban. A clash broke out between the villagers and policemen. Stones were pelted. Several vehicles were vandalized. And there was a massive face-off. The clash broke out after police tried to stop a protest by the villagers demanding new paddy purchase centres. Hundreds of villagers had gathered to hold a chakka jam, and when police attempted to stop them, these were the scenes.
लोगों को समझाने का प्रयास किया गया, क्योंकि लोग सुबह से बैठे हुए थे और गाड़ियों का जाम लगा हुआ था, तो लोगों को साइड किया जा रहा था। इसी दौरान लोग उग्र हो गए और धक्काबाजी करने लगे।
At least 3 police personnel were injured in the clash, and the situation was brought under control only after police personnel from other police stations arrived at the scene. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
To 40% of the people who didn't even know they had diabetes had soaring sugar levels.
To help India beat diabetes, BITO has collaborated with Lions Club International to conduct diabetes screening camps all over India to create awareness and control this silent epidemic.
आपने शुगर चेक की क्या?
Get your diabetes care program with a free BITO glucometer. Give a missed call on 740-1100.
Sources at the Forensic Science Laboratory in Delhi stated that the laboratory has been approached by the Delhi police as further. Aftab's polygraph test is possible today. In fact, preparations were reported to be underway with expectations of the test to be conducted today.
Several people, including 8 children, were killed on Sunday after a truck rammed into a roadside settlement in Bihar's Vaishali district.
Very shocking incident coming to light from UP, where ex-lover has been arrested in killing of a woman whose body was chopped and found in a well.
BJP MLA MP Kumaraswamy was beaten up by angry villagers near the Qatar district in Morbi. Sources said that there was a public outcry against the authorities.
Roundup of news in brief. BJP at a press conference following the development of one of the masseuse of the jailed Minister Satyendra Jain being a POCSO accused convict. The BJP has accused the AAP.
Who has more at stake? Whose promises resonate?
कांग्रेस के समय में घोटाले गिनना मुश्किल है और भाजपा के समय में घोटाले ढूंढना मुश्किल है.
And who will make it on counting day?
इनको वोट दोगे, ये आपके बच्चों को जहरीली शराब पिलाएंगे. मुझे वोट दोगे, मैं आपके बच्चों के लिए स्कूल बनाऊंगा, आपके बच्चों को नौकरी दूंगा.
डबल इंजन की सिर्फ बातें हैं, आगे बढ़ाने की कोई बात नहीं.
December 8th with Arnab.
One month like that, I think. That fellow, we don't know Sharik, but in the name of Gauri, one fellow from Karnataka, he is staying on 3rd September.
The face of terror, Sharik held his identity, hid it and pretended to be a Hindu. The ugly plot has been exposed. Republic gets clincher lead in Mangaluru blast. The Pumpwell flyover was the target of the bomber. Aam Aadmi Party Minister Satyendra Jain's Masoor, not a physiotherapist but a rapist, inside jail for allegedly raping a migrant. The Republic news break on Tihar tapes gets bigger now. Aam Aadmi Party's physiotherapy defense collapses completely. Aftab misleading investigators on location of the severed head. Police custody has now been extended by 4 days. Ahead of the Gujarat polls, another jolt to Congress. Kamini Bak quits Congress and joins the BJP. Viewers, we're live and breaking the Republic TV. I'm Shivangi Shukla and we're getting some top updates right now. The Aam Aadmi Party's defense of physiotherapy has completely fallen flat. And days after Republic exposed the Tihar tapes, today Republic got you even a bigger shocker in the case. While the Aam Aadmi Party had claimed that it's the physiotherapist giving the physiotherapy to Satyendra Jain, turns out the person there is just a rape accused in the Tihar jail for raping a minor. So the entire defense of the Aam Aadmi Party has fallen flat, where we have come to know that the person seen providing the massage to Jain was a prisoner named Rinku, who's not qualified to be a physiotherapist. He has been imprisoned in a rape case registered at the police station. The accused has been booked under Section 6 of the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act and Section 376, 506 and 509 of the IPC.
देखिए, पहली बात कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी तो सबसे पहले एक बार अमित शाह जी जब बंद थे गुजरात के जेल में, स्पेशल जेल बनी थी। ना तो इतिहास में भारत के अंदर किसी को वो सुविधा मिली, स्पेशल ट्रीटमेंट ना मिल सकती है। एक बार ऑन रिकॉर्ड है, सीबीआई ने ऑन रिकॉर्ड पेपर दर्ज किया हुआ है। एक बार वो सामने सबके रख दें कि क्या क्या ट्रीटमेंट दिया था। मसला उसका है ही नहीं। मसला ये नहीं है कि ट्रीटमेंट सत्येंद्र जैन को मिल रहा है। मसला ये है कि 4 तारीख को भाजपा का दिल्ली में ट्रीटमेंट करने जा रही है दिल्ली की जनता, इसलिए परेशानी है।
सत्येंद्र जैन के मसाज से पूरा लोकतंत्र भारत का शर्मसार हुआ था और तब हमने कहा था ये आम आदमी पार्टी नहीं है, ये स्पा मसाज पार्टी है। कोई और राजनीतिक दल होता और इतना शर्मसार करने वाला कृत्य कि जेल की सलाखों के पीछे एक भ्रष्टाचारी कट्टर बेईमान मंत्री का मसाज होता है कानून का उल्लंघन करते हुए, तो उस पार्टी का मुखिया स्वयं कान पकड़ के जनता से माफी मांगता और कहता कि मुझे माफ कर दीजिए, जो संविधान की शपथ मैंने ली थी उसका पालन मैं नहीं कर पाया हूं। मेरा भ्रष्ट मंत्री जो कृत्य कर रहा है मैं तुरंत उसे बर्खास्त करता हूं। लेकिन बेशर्मी भी जिसे अपना गुरु मानती है वो अरविंद केजरीवाल और अराजक अपराध पार्टी है। आप अराजक अपराध पार्टी, और उसे सही ठहराते हुए कहते हैं किसी की बीमारी का मजाक नहीं उड़ाया जाता है। किसी की बीमारी का मजाक नहीं उड़ाया जाता है। जो प्रश्न जनता चीख चीख के पूछ रही थी, ये जेल के अंदर एक अभियुक्त के साथ 4 लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, मसाज चंपी क्यों चल रहा है, क्यों उन्होंने कैदी के कपड़े नहीं पहने हैं, क्यों मिनरल वाटर, टीवी और एसी की सुविधा वहां है, इसका कोई उत्तर उस दिन नहीं मिला था। यह दिखाता है आज अराजक अपराधी पार्टी किस तरह से कानून का उल्लंघन करके बड़ी बेशर्मी से एक ऐसे कृत्य को जो सबको शर्मसार करता है सही बता देती है। हमने उस दिन भी पुरजोर तरीके से यह बात उठाई थी और आज की जो प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस है, क्योंकि मैं पेशे से वरिष्ठ अधिवक्ता भी हूं, बहुत जिम्मेदारी से हम लोग ये मुद्दा यहां उठा रहे हैं। और एक बात कहूंगा, बहुत से तथ्य ऐसे हैं जिनकी जानकारी होने के बावजूद, क्योंकि देश का कानून ये उम्मीद हर नागरिक से करता है और खासकर विश्व का सबसे बड़ा राजनीतिक दल होने के नाते एक बड़ी जिम्मेदारी भारतीय जनता पार्टी की है। बहुत से ऐसे तथ्य हैं जो कि हम आपके समक्ष नहीं रखेंगे। प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ चिल्ड्रन फ्रॉम सेक्सुअल ऑफेंसेस एक्ट, प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ चिल्ड्रन फ्रॉम सेक्सुअल ऑफेंसेस एक्ट, इसकी धारा 6 है। धारा 6 पॉक्सो एक्ट की 376 इंडियन पीनल कोड का और तमाम और धाराएं हैं जिसका मुकदमा इस पे चल रहा है। और मैं आपके समक्ष धारा 6 रखना चाहता हूं। धारा 6 पॉक्सो की कहती है, पनिशमेंट फॉर एग्रेवेटेड पेनिट्रेटिव सेक्सुअल असॉल्ट। Whoever commits aggravated penetrative sexual assault shall be punished with rigorous imprisonment for a term which shall not be less than 10 years, but which may extend to imprisonment for life, and shall also be liable to fine. नोट करिए, पॉक्सो एक्ट इसलिए बना था, ये एक विशेष कानून है, स्पेशल एक्ट है। हमारे देश के बच्चों को कैसे सुरक्षित रखे उन दरिंदों से जो हमारे देश के बच्चों को भी टारगेट करते हैं, उन पे सेक्सुअल असॉल्ट करते हैं। और धारा इतनी गंभीर है कि इसकी सजा आजीवन कारावास है।
Let's get some top updates right now. What we have come to know is that Sharik had taken training on repairing and handling mobile phones, and in fact, he had enrolled himself for a mobile training course in Mysuru. He had called his trainer to apologize and stated that he will be regular henceforth because he could not come for some of the classes. And Republic has accessed the audio clip between Sharik and the trainer Prasad. We actually have accessed that audio tape, and let's play that out for our viewers.
Hello. Ayurapati yaar ellidiya? Naale ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್. ಏನೇ ವಿಶೇಷ? ಅದೇ ಇವತ್ತೆಲ್ಲ ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾಳೆ ಹೊಸ ಕನ್ನಡಕ ತಗೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್ ನಾಳೆ. ಹಲೋ, ಐರಪ್ಪಟಿ ಯಾರು ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ಯಾ? ನಾಳೆ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್. ಏನೇ ವಿಶೇಷ? ಅದೇ ಇವತ್ತೆಲ್ಲ ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾಳೆ ಹೊಸ ಕನ್ನಡಕ ತಗೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್ ನಾಳೆ.
All right, let's go to Aneri. Aneri, the entire audio clip is accessed. It's been played for our viewers as well. Just take us through exactly what was the conversation between Sharik and also the trainer.
Well, Shivangi, we have been getting this exclusive audio tape where we see that Sharik had recently undergone a training of repairing and handling mobiles is what we are learning. And now what we are also being told is that he had himself enrolled into this training for the 46 days training for of mobiles.
Then he had called up his trainer, and then this audio tape which we are playing up, that audio tape has a conversation saying, where are you, is what the trainer is asking, and then Sharik responds saying that I'll come back to classes from tomorrow. And then this is what they are being and he says, I have got my specs, I'll be coming back to and attend the classes from tomorrow. And sorry is what Sharik has been telling, but now this has been a major development because Sharik had taken training for near about 46. He had enrolled into this repairing and handling of mobile training for near about 46 days, and he had himself enrolled into this. And also what we are being learning is that he also had this conversation, the training course which was being taken place, it was in Mysuru, and not. And then we had seen how the accused, the Mangaluru auto blast accused, has been traveling to various other locations, let it be Coimbatore, let it be Kerala, and now we are learning that this training.
And now we are learning that this training was being taking place in Mysuru, and also at the same time we see that now the accused Sharik is undergoing treatment at the hospital. Well, the police officials say that he is still yet to recover fully, and there's a tight security at the hospital. Many critical places are also under high security alert, and so we have been seeing that these major developments coming into the Mangaluru blast case.
Right, Aneri. So we played out that for our viewers where Sharik and the mobile center trainer is saying that Sharik says that I will come tomorrow, and he's also saying that testing has been done. I will come tomorrow. I will take my new glasses and I'm going to come. That's what he said. New specs and I'm going to come. Very, very important conversation there, broken on Republic TV. Let's also go ahead and see this conversation between Varshini, my colleague, and the owner of a lodge in Coimbatore, where Sharik had posed once again with a fake ID card. As a Hindu, he had fake ID cards with him. He even used to use the picture of Isha Foundation as his DP on WhatsApp. Let's play that out.
This is the place apparently where Sharik stayed for 3 days when he came to Coimbatore during the month of September, and where he had met Surinder, the person under whose Aadhaar card, the SIM card used Sharik Mangaluru was registered. We have the proprietor of this home, Mr. Kamraj, with us. He will give us more details about what really happened here. So first of all, please tell us, when did this happen? Like, we hear that Surinder was a regular client here, and later on he had met Sharik here, and this is where they became friends. So there's a lot of things
separately.
Okay. So we are hearing a lot of things about how they became friends here and all that. Can you give us a little bit of detail about when Surinder came here, what happened, and how did they become friends? Are you aware that Sharik was a person of suspect who was staying here?
Surinder was staying more than 1 month like that, I think. That fellow, we don't know Sharik, but in the name of Gauri, one fellow from Karnataka, he is staying on 3rd September. On that day, Surinder was staying in the next bed. It is a common bed. It is a common hall. We are having around 20 beds in the hall. So he is staying in the next bed.
Okay.
So they are becoming friends, and he is for what reason he has purchased that SIM card, we don't know actually.
Okay, sir, we hear that Surinder was also a person that you were not very happy because of his habits. Can you give us an explanation about how his conduct was when he stayed here?
After that only we found that he is an alcoholic. But we are not encouraging that behavior within our lodge. So when we came to know that he is becoming alcoholic, we refused to entertain that. and so we refused to accommodate him also in this lodge. So we vacated and went back on the September itself.
ಜೀವನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಗ್ಗಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಥರ ಅವ್ರ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಆಗಿ ಬೆಳಿಬೇಕು, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಥರ ಅವ್ರ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಗೆ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಅಂತ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಯಾವುದು ಬೇರೆ ಕೆಟ್ಟ ದಾರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಬಾರ್ದು. ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ತುಂಬ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ತಮ್ಮ ಸ್ವಂತ ಜೀವನನೂ ಹಾಳಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮನೆಗೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾರೂ ಇಂಥ ದಾರಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಾರ್ದು.
ಮತೀನ್ ಮತ್ತು ಇವರು ಶಾರೀಕ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಸಂಪರ್ಕ ಇತ್ತು?
ನಾವು ಹೊರಗೆ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ನಾವು ಸೈನ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ವಿ. ಅದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೇ ಊರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆದವರು, ಅದು ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅವರು ಏನು ಗೆಳೆಯರಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಮತ್ತು ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಗೆಳೆತನ ಅದು ನಮಗೆ ಏನೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
ಮತ್ತೀಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಂಪರ್ಕಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್?
ಅದೇ ಅದು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲೇನೋ ಆಗಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ
ಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟ್,
ಅವಾಗಿಂದನೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಪರ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ.
ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತಲೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
ಮಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟ ನಿಮಿಷ, ನೀವು ಮಿಲಿಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದವರು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಗ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಆಗ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತಾ?
ಅದು ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ? ನಮ್ಮ
ನೀವೇನು ಓದಿಸಿದ್ರಿ, ಯಾಕೆ ಹಿಂಗಾದ?
ಅದು ಏನು ಹೇಳೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಓದಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯವರಾಗಲಿ ಅಂತಲೇ ಓದಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಅದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಓದ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದ, ಓದಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನೋ ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಜಾಬ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಮಗೆ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ, ಈಗ ಮೊಬೈಲು ಅದು ಇದು ಬಂದುಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇದರಿಂದ ಯಾರು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ವಂತ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಮೊಬೈಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅದು ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ.
All right, viewers, getting a first reaction coming in right now from the Karnataka CM Bommai. He's saying that they have identified 18 sleeper cells and sent them to Tihar jail. Big update coming in right now, and also saying they're taking this incident very, very seriously as well. Adding couple of points, accused were in touch with their contacts and in other states and operating. That's exactly what we have also been telling you, Republic TV, with multiple links coming out. And he's also added that the case has been taken seriously in the interest of the country's security. The National Investigation Agency is also taking steps to crack the organization which has been behind the arrested person within 24 hours. Let's play out that sound bite of the Karnataka CM.
ಗಂಭೀರವಾಗಿ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಪೊಲೀಸು ಸುಮಾರು 18 ಸ್ಲೀಪರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಹಿಡಿದು ತಿಹಾರ್ ಜೈಲಲ್ಲಿ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ನಾವು. ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವರು ತಮ್ಮ ನಿಯಂತ್ರಣವಾಗಿರುವಂಥ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಹೊರ ರಾಜ್ಯದಿಂದ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವರು ಕಾರ್ಯಾಚರಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಮತ್ತು ಹೊರ ರಾಜ್ಯದಿಂದ ಬರುವಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಹಿಡಿದಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಇದು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ದೇಶದ ಸುರಕ್ಷತೆ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಗಂಭೀರವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಏನೋ ಅವನು ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ದಾನೆ, 24 ಗಂಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನ ನಿಜವಾದಂಥ ಹೆಸರು, ನಿಜವಾದ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸು ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ರಿಂದ ಇದರ ಹಿಂದೆ ಇರುವಂಥ ಯಾವುದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಇದೆ, ಟೆರರ್ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ, ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಮಟ್ಟದಿರ್ಬೋದು, ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಲೆವೆಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅದನ್ನು ಭೇದಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ NIA ಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ಗಂಭೀರವಾಗಿ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಪೊಲೀಸು ಸುಮಾರು 18 ಸ್ಲೀಪರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಹಿಡಿದು ತಿಹಾರ್ ಜೈಲಲ್ಲಿ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ನಾವು. ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವರು ತಮ್ಮ ನಿಯಂತ್ರಣವಾಗಿರುವಂಥ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಹೊರ ರಾಜ್ಯದಿಂದ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವರು ಕಾರ್ಯಾಚರಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಮತ್ತು ಹೊರ ರಾಜ್ಯದಿಂದ ಬರುವಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಹಿಡಿದಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಇದು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ದೇಶದ ಸುರಕ್ಷತೆ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಗಂಭೀರವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಏನೋ ಅವನು ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ದಾನೆ, 24 ಗಂಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನ ನಿಜವಾದಂಥ ಹೆಸರು, ನಿಜವಾದ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸು ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ರಿಂದ ಇದರ ಹಿಂದೆ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಯಾವುದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಇದೆ, ಟೆರರ್ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ, ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಮಟ್ಟದಿರ್ಬೋದು, ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಲೆವೆಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅದನ್ನ ಭೇದಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ NIA ಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಿದೆ.
A very important update coming in because the Karnataka CM has said something very, very important. And Aneri, if you could talk a little bit more about that. He has said Karnataka police have identified 18 sleeper cells and sent them to Tihar jail. Aneri.
That's right, Shivangi. Very big and important statement coming in from the Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai, where he has been stating that we have taken this incident very seriously, and the Karnataka police has identified near about 18 sleeper cells, and they have been sent to Tihar jail. But now, what he further went on to state that in touch with their contacts in other states as well, as we have been pointing out and as we have been reporting this since morning in regard with how Sharik was in contact, was staying at different locations, let it be in Coimbatore, let it be in Mysuru, and now in Kerala also we have identified that location where Sharik used to stay. But now the Chief Minister of Karnataka has very clearly stated that the accused were in touch with the contact in other states and operating, and he also went on to state that these from outside states have also been arrested. This case has been taken very seriously into the interest of the security of the country.
Right, and Aneri, let's go back to those tapes played out between the trainer, the mobile center trainer, and Sharik. The big question being raised right now is that Sharik was taking a mobile repair course and Sharik was reprimanded by the trainer. The tape is pointing towards the fact that Sharik could have bunked the course. Did Sharik miss classes for terror training? What was he doing when he was not in class? And those are some questions which are coming out right now, Aneri.
That's right, Shivangi. We see that the Sharik had taken a training center, had taken training in regard with the repairing and handling mobiles, and also this was in Mysuru. He had enrolled himself into a 46 days long training course which was being taking place in Mysuru, and this has been what we are being learning is that this was a recent thing in which he had taken part, and also at the same time as he could not attend the classes, then he had called up his trainer and also informed that he will be joining the classes, the training from tomorrow. So the trainer asked, what is it? And then he says that my specs have been repaired now, and then I'll be joining into the classes from tomorrow. So definitely a big development coming in. And also, as Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai has been pointing out, there are near about 18 sleeper cells who have been handed over, who have been identified and also sent to Tihar jail. But now we see that NIA, also the National Investigation Agency, also will be taking up investigation, is what the Chief Minister has very clearly stated, that the National Investigation Agency has taken steps to crack down the organization which has been behind the arrest of the person within 24 hours. So definitely we see that on Saturday, the blast which had taken place here in the Mangaluru city outskirts, now we see that though the accused and the victim both of them are undergoing treatment at the hospital, but now definitely big developments coming in, where the Chief Minister himself says that the Karnataka police have identified 18 of them and now they have been sent to Tihar jail.
Right, Aneri, so big updates coming out. Aneri getting us the top updates right now. One is the Karnataka CM has reacted. He has said that 18 sleeper cells have been busted. They in fact will be a big action is taken on them. And number two, very, very important, the tape we have played for you between Sharik, and he was apparently taking a class with a mobile center trainer on how to repair mobile phones. The big question is, viewers, why was he doing it? Number one. Number two was when he was missing class. He was actually missing class, viewers. What was he doing when he was missing class in his free time? All right, let's go ahead and thank Aneri for getting us all the updates, and we can also tell you, viewers, we'll keep you ahead on this top story here on Republic TV.
Visuals on your screen from Chhattisgarh's Garyaban. A clash broke out between the villagers and policemen. Stones were pelted. Several vehicles were vandalized. And there was a massive face-off. The clash broke out after police tried to stop a protest by the villagers demanding new paddy purchase centres. Hundreds of villagers had gathered to hold a chakka jam, and when police attempted to stop them, these were the scenes.
लोगों को समझाने का प्रयास किया गया, क्योंकि लोग सुबह से बैठे हुए थे और गाड़ियों का जाम लगा हुआ था, तो लोगों को साइड किया जा रहा था। इसी दौरान लोग उग्र हो गए और धक्काबाजी करने लगे।
At least 3 police personnel were injured in the clash, and the situation was brought under control only after police personnel from other police stations arrived at the scene. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Viewers, we continue to be live and breaking on Republic TV. Coming up on the other side, the Republic news break on Tihar tapes gets bigger and bigger by the day. Aam Aadmi Party's physiotherapy defense completely falls flat. Plus, ahead of the Gujarat polls, another jolt to Congress. Kamini Ba quits Congress and joins the BJP.
अबू हमजा मुहाजिर फ्रॉम गुजरात। हाँ, इंडिया के थे, केरला के थे, तमिलनाडु के थे, जो कतर में थे, दोहा में थे, दुबई।
Following the arrest of Abdullah Basit and several others in that particular module from Karnataka, other sleeper cells that were still operating, and that's exactly what we are witnessing today.
These acts have been inspired and influenced by some terrorist organization which is having global presence.
Several people, including 8 children, were killed on Sunday after a truck rammed into a roadside settlement in Bihar's Vaishali district.
Very shocking incident coming to light from UP, where ex-lover has been arrested in killing of a woman whose body was chopped and found in a well.
BJP MLA MP Kumaraswamy was beaten up by angry villagers near the Kudur district in Mudiger. Sources said that there was a public outcry against the authorities.
Roundup of news in brief. BJP at a press conference following the development of one of the masouds of the jailed Minister Satendra Jain being a POXO accused convict. The BJP has accused the AAP of engaging in a barter system of providing protection in turn of protection. Speaking at a press conference, AAP leader stated that while they would have a look at all the stings and allegations being produced by the BJP, they would also demand justification for the past 15 years from the BJP. The Delhi High Court has dismissed the petition seeking the transfer of investigation from the police to the CBI, with the CBI stating that they couldn't find a single good reason to entertain the plea.
Shocker coming in from Madhya Pradesh. The man killed allegedly for molesting a woman. A male skeleton of a youth has been found after 4 months. 2 casualties were reported after a goods train had derailed in Odisha, and rescue operations are underway at the site.
At least 15 people were reported injured after a multiple vehicle crash on the Mumbai-Bengaluru highway near the bridge in Pune.
Here are the other stories that we're tracking at this hour. Following claims by the Aam Aadmi Party that the massage being
which erupted in a workshop in central China's Henan province in the city of Anyang. Police has now been given extended custody of Aftab, the main accused in the murder of Shraddha Walkar.
Devastating earthquake that hit Indonesia's mainland in Java has claimed over 162 lives.
Who has more at stake? Whose promises resonate?
कांग्रेस के समय में घोटाले गिनना मुश्किल है और भाजपा के समय में घोटाले ढूंढना मुश्किल है.
And who will make it on counting day?
इनको वोट दोगे ये आपके बच्चों को जहरीली शराब पिलाएंगे, मुझे वोट दोगे मैं आपके बच्चों के लिए स्कूल बनाऊंगा, आपके बच्चों को नौकरी दूंगा।
डबल इंजन की सिर्फ बातें हैं, आगे बढ़ाने की कोई बात नहीं।
December 8th with Arnab.
Hello and welcome. You're watching Republic TV. I'm Sanika and let's get you the headlines at top of 5 p.m. this evening as Zakir Naik continues to be in Qatar. Will the MEA release a statement? Will the Indian government take a stand and ensure that this issue is raised diplomatically? We'll get you more on that. First up, let's have a quick check of the headlines.
There was staying more than 1 month like that, I think. That fellow, we don't know Sharik, but in the name of Gauri, one fellow from Karnataka, he is staying on 3rd September.
Investigation reveals that Mangaluru blast accused Sharik posed as a Hindu was the plot to push the Hindu terror narrative. The plot was larger than what it seems. Investigators believe Sharik wanted to target a busy flyover. AAP's physio defense crumbles. Tihar jail sources have revealed that the person giving massage to Satendra Jain is a rape accused. Ahead of the Gujarat polls, another jolt to Congress. Kamini Bagh quits Congress and joins the BJP. Aftab tells court it was a fit of rage. Another of Aftab's tales to mislead the investigators. Hardeep Singh Puri responds to Zakir's presence in Qatar, but still no official stand by the Indian government on the issue. And it's been 2 days since we got you the report that Zakir Naik is in Qatar during the FIFA World Cup. And after 2 days, we had the first reaction of a union minister on Zakir Naik's presence in the World Cup. Hardeep Singh Puri has responded on the issue. Let's listen in to what he said.
I'm sure India took it up and will take it up, but the point is he's a Malaysian national, yeah. I mean, he's a Malaysian national, you invite him to somewhere, etc. Whether they knew, I have no knowledge of that. I have as much access to information as you have. You can ask me my views on Zakir Naik. My views and your views are the same on that. I'm sure India took it up and will take it up, but the point is he's a Malaysian national, yeah. I mean, he's a Malaysian national, you invite him to somewhere, etc. Whether they knew, I have no knowledge of that. I have as much access to information as you have. You can ask me my views on Zakir Naik. My views and your views are the same on that.
Now, we also spoke to the chief of All India Football Federation. What was their stand as Zakir Naik, who's a fugitive terror backer? He's in Qatar during the FIFA World Cup. What is the AIFF stand as this controversy unfolds in Qatar during the biggest sporting events? We spoke to the AIFF chief. Let's listen in to what he said.
Mr. Chaube, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. How do you see this, Mr. Chaube? The fact of the matter is that Zakir Naik in India is accused of money laundering. He's accused of giving hate speeches in India. And it's not just in India. There are other countries where he's banned as well. Do you think that FIFA should be made to answer for this?
See, since I'm heading a national football federation, and there are certain protocol and restriction that I cannot comment on this, but definitely I can say that FIFA always encourage football unites the world, and it has always football plays that role across the world. And I, being an ex-football player, I also support unity through football. So if anything is divisive, that should not be encouraged.
And he's as devices can get, Mr. Chaubey. The fact of the matter is that his hate speeches and his television programs are not just banned in India, they're banned in the United Kingdom, they're banned in other countries as well. Just to name a few, of course, we are given to understand they're banned in Bangladesh, Sri Lanka and Canada as well. So why then must he be allowed to preach in Qatar? During the time that the World Cup is on, and he's been called specifically for that purpose.
No, once again, I'm saying, Mr. Kapoor, that I being the heading Indian Football Federation, and I'm right now in Qatar and representing India in World Forum, so I cannot comment anything on media regarding this. If there is anything to say, I will speak internally. Thank you very much.
Right, absolutely. I just also wanted to get your point of view on the fact that the Indian government, we are now learning, will certainly raise this issue. We've spoken to the minister, Mr. Puri. He says that, yes, we will be raising this issue with Qatar. But we have, of course, seen, footballers across the world take stands on issues that should be uniting people. Just for instance, the Iranian team yesterday did not stand up for their national anthem, did not sing their national anthem, rather. And that is something that was received as a gesture of protest. Do you think that footballers should, and the federation that represents India, should be raising this issue?
That we can discuss internally with the government, with the foreign ministry and with the concerned department. And definitely whatever need to be said, the spokesperson will say on that. Thank you very much.
All right. So what you're saying is that you will raise this issue, and this is something that can be discussed. But given his antecedents, do you think that, someone like him should have been invited by Qatar to speak and to spread religion in Qatar? What are your own thoughts on it?
No, I cannot. I see when you are in a chair, you cannot share your personal thought or own thought. I would speak only what the government of India or Indian Football Federation believe or need to be said. So right now I am holding my comment. I'm not saying anything on this particular issue. I can only say that football has many good things to be discussed, and Qatar has developed several state-of-the-art modern stadiums with air-conditioned facilities and huge investment on infrastructure, science and technology. I met a couple of Indian engineers here last evening. Honorable Vice President of India, Sri Jagdeep Dhankarji, was here. We met in an Indian embassy meeting. So, there are several good things, and Indian engineers has contributed well in terms of intellect and education. So I think we can also see what is the best thing we can take out from this football tournament. And also India has the potential to have its presence globally. And football can be one of that medium for India to portray its talent, potential, and other areas of superiority.
So that was the president of AIFF in conversation with Republic TV, completely non-committal on the issue of Zakir Naik. But we also heard Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri, and Abhishek joins us live. Abhishek, that was the first response from the Indian government on this huge controversy of Zakir Naik, who's in Qatar. Qatar rolling out the red carpet for him at the FIFA World Cup. First response from the Indian government, they are saying that he's a Malaysian national. Indian government will take a firm stand on it. But we are yet to get a very official statement from the MEA on this. Diplomatically, some steps probably need to be taken. What are your sources telling you on this entire issue on Zakir Naik being in Qatar right now? What could be expected next?
Well, Sanika, so there are two views. One is obviously the internal security view, and that is that India should be taking it up strongly. But then, of course, the internal security establishment does not decide what India takes up outside. That's the job of the Ministry of External Affairs. Now, till yesterday, at least, there was a bit of a hiatus in the thinking as to, what should be our response, given the fact that Vice President of India happened to be in Qatar as a state guest, of course, to participate in the inaugural ceremony of the FIFA World Cup. Now, but that bit is over now, and that's why I think we are getting this very nuanced position coming in from Hardeep Singh Puri that Zakir Naik happens to be a Malaysian citizen, he is not an Indian citizen anymore, and B, that at some stage government of India would take a position. I think I am told that something is in the works. It might take it might take a while to really come out, and in what form, we'll have to wait, because a lot of coordination happens between the internal security establishment and the Ministry of External Affairs before a properly worded response comes in. But I can tell you that the government is not happy, South Bloc is not happy, and North Bloc is not happy that Zakir Naik is being given this kind of a free pass, and Qatar sort of cocking a snook. This is not the first time they have done that. They had for his entire remaining life hosted MF Hussain also, and though of course the comparisons are not right between MF Hussain and Zakir Naik, but the fact of the matter is that Zakir Naik is a troublemaker seen as such by the rest of the world as well. So I think at some stage all these nations, United Kingdom for example, where Zakir Naik's entry is banned, Canada for example, where again he is not allowed to get in and visa is not allowed to him, have to come together and really read the riot act to the Qataris to tell them that this kind of indulgence with someone who's a hate preacher, hate monger should not be allowed.
Absolutely, Abhishek, and we're talking about a person who has probably influenced terrorists who carried out attacks in Bangladesh and Sri Lanka as well. So this is a matter of global terrorism that we're talking about, and certainly the Western countries cannot let this go. Thank you very much for joining us live on this broadcast, and we will keep getting our viewers the updates from the Indian government as well, the stand that the Indian government could be taking as far as Zakir Naik is concerned. And moving on to the big election story of the day, former Congress MLA who alleged cash for ticket in Gujarat has joined the BJP hours after quitting Congress. This is her first interview after joining the Bharatiya Janata Party.
आपने बोला कि सर्वे की बात, कॉम्पिटिटर की बात बोली, अच्छे इंसान की बात बोली, वो तो गुजरात प्रदेश कांग्रेस समिति के लिए कुछ मायने ही नहीं रखता, क्योंकि सर्वे में आने के बाद भी अगर मेरे साथ ऐसा होता है, जब मुझे पता था कि सर्वे रिपोर्ट दिल्ली से किया गया था, 25-25 लाख रुपए खर्च की ये रिपोर्ट्स किया गया था, तो सारे पैसे की बर्बादी है, बस लेन देन का व्यापार ही चल रहा है।
तो क्या कांग्रेस पार्टी में अभी भी ऐसा हो रहा है कि क्या कुछ ऐसे एजेंट्स जरूर हैं जो ऐसा करते हैं, पूरी ब्रोकरिंग डील करते हैं, टिकट देने के लिए कैश कैंडिडेट्स को एक्सटॉर्शन किया जाता है?
जी, बात खुल के बहुत दुखदायक बात तो ये है कि कई सीटों पे ऐसा हुआ है, मगर उनके साथ ऑथेंटिक पुरावे ना होने की वजह से या तो फिर उनको कांग्रेस में रहने की वजह से उन्होंने ये बात को इतना खुल के बाहर नहीं लाया। और मुझे शायद मैं पार्टी में रहती भी और अगर ना भी रहती तो मैं ये पार्टी के लिए जो गलत चीज़ थी उसको मैंने खुल के बाहर लाया, इसलिए मुझे इस बात का कोई भी दुख नहीं है। और मैं तो ये निवेदन करूंगी कि जिसके साथ भी ऐसा हुआ है उसको पार्टी छोड़ के बीजेपी ज्वाइन करनी चाहिए या तो उसे खुल के बाहर आना चाहिए।
Now, there's been a fresh escalation on the Assam-Meghalaya border. What we're getting to know is that there has been a firing incident on the border of these two states, and at least 4 people are believed to be killed in the firing. Meghalaya CM also spoke to the media and said that an FIR has been registered and an investigation is underway. Let's listen in to what Conrad Sangma said.
On the 22nd of November, an unfortunate incident occurred at Mukro village in West Jainti Hills district, where 6 persons have died due to firing by Assam police and Assam forest guards. I would like to express my deepest condolences to the bereaved families who have lost their loved ones. As per the reports, a truck carrying timber was pursued by the Assam forest guards with the Assam police and was detained by the Assam police and Assam forest guards at Mukro village in West Jainti Hills district. On hearing this, people from Mukro village gathered in large numbers and surrounded the Assam police and Assam forest guards. This led to firing by the Assam police, in which 5 persons from Meghalaya died. One Assam forest guard also died due to the firing. The injured persons have been shifted to Boroto PHC and Yalong Civil Hospital. On hearing of the incident, the district magistrate, the superintendent of police and other magistrates rushed to the spot. Inquest has been conducted by the magistrate. The Honorable Home Minister, Government of Meghalaya, has also reached the spot of the incident.
Now, days after Republic brought to you the Tihar tapes in which we could see that AAP Minister Satyendra Jain was receiving massages in jail, there is another fresh twist in the controversy. Tihar jail sources are telling Republic that the person who was giving the massage is not a physiotherapist but a rape accused. A rape accused was giving massages to AAP minister inside the jail. This completely shatters the defense of Arvind Kejriwal and his party, who claimed that Satyendra Jain was receiving physiotherapy inside the jail. Now, this revelation by Tihar jail sources has triggered a big political face-off. Let's listen in to the reactions that we're getting from Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP.
देखिए, पहली बात कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी वो सबसे पहले एक बार अमित शाह जी जब बंद थे गुजरात के जेल में, स्पेशल जेल बनी थी। ना तो इतिहास में भारत के अंदर किसी को वो सुविधा मिली, स्पेशल ट्रीटमेंट ना मिल सकती है। एक बार ऑन रिकॉर्ड है, सीबीआई ने ऑन रिकॉर्ड पेपर दर्ज किया हुआ है। एक बार वो सामने सबके रख दें कि क्या क्या ट्रीटमेंट दिया था। मसला उसका है ही नहीं। मसला ये नहीं है कि ट्रीटमेंट सत्येंद्र जैन को मिल रहा है। मसला ये है कि 4 तारीख को भाजपा का दिल्ली में ट्रीटमेंट करने जा रही है दिल्ली की जनता, इसलिए परेशानी है।
सत्येंद्र जैन के मसाज से पूरा लोकतंत्र भारत का शर्मसार हुआ था, और तब हमने कहा था ये आम आदमी पार्टी नहीं है, ये स्पा मसाज पार्टी है। कोई और राजनीतिक दल होता और इतना शर्मसार करने वाला कृत्य कि जेल की सलाखों के पीछे एक भ्रष्टाचारी कट्टर बेईमान मंत्री का मसाज होता है कानून का उल्लंघन करते हुए, तो उस पार्टी का मुखिया स्वयं कान पकड़ के जनता से माफी मांगता और कहता कि मुझे माफ कर दीजिए, जो संविधान की शपथ मैंने ली थी उसका पालन मैं नहीं कर पाया हूं। मेरा भ्रष्ट मंत्री जो कृत्य कर रहा है मैं तुरंत उसे बर्खास्त करता हूं। लेकिन बेशर्मी भी जिसे अपना गुरु मानती है वो अरविंद केजरीवाल और अराजक अपराध पार्टी है। आप अराजक अपराध पार्टी।
Now, India and Australia would now implement the free trade agreement on a mutually agreed date as the Australian Parliament approved the pact between the two countries. Here's a short report.
It indeed is a landmark moment for Australia and India, and I'd like to compliment and congratulate Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Prime Minister Mr. Anthony Albanese for achieving this very significant milestone today. With the approval of both houses of Parliament, now they only need to go to the Executive Council, which is somewhat like our cabinet, and we have to go to our cabinet Both of these processes will happen in the next few days. As was just now informed, these are two democracies with very shared interests on the world stage. We have very strong bonds of friendship at every level, government, business, and people to people.
And we're getting the response of the Karnataka Chief Minister on the Mangaluru terror plot. The Karnataka Chief Minister has revealed that Karnataka government has identified 18 sleeper cells and sent them to Tihar jail. Now, what he's also saying that the accused were in contact with other people in other states and they've been operating the sleeper cells. This has happened after the sensational details have emerged in the Mangaluru terror plot. What we know so far is that the accused, Sharik, had in fact posed as a Hindu and was trying to carry out a larger terror attack on the flyover in Mangaluru. We have Basavaraj Bommai, the Chief Minister of Karnataka, responding on the investigation that is taking place so far and revealing the details about sleeper cells. Let's listen in.
ಗಂಭೀರವಾಗಿ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಪೊಲೀಸು ಸುಮಾರು 18 ಸ್ಲೀಪರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಹಿಡಿದು ತಿಹಾರ್ ಜೈಲಲ್ಲಿ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ನಾವು. ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವರು ತಮ್ಮ ನಿಯಂತ್ರಣವಾಗಿರುವಂಥ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಹೊರ ರಾಜ್ಯದಿಂದ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವರು ಕಾರ್ಯಾಚರಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಮತ್ತು ಹೊರ ರಾಜ್ಯದಿಂದ ಬರುವಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಹಿಡಿದಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಇದು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ದೇಶದ ಸುರಕ್ಷತೆ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಗಂಭೀರವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಮತ್ತು ಏನೋ ಅವನು ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ದಾನೆ 24 ಗಂಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನ ನಿಜವಾದಂಥ ಹೆಸರು, ನಿಜವಾದ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸು ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ರಿಂದ ಇದರ ಹಿಂದೆ ಇರುವಂಥ ಯಾವುದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಇದೆ, ಟೆರರ್ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ, ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಮಟ್ಟದಿರ್ಬೋದು, ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಲೆವೆಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅದನ್ನು ಭೇದಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ NIA ಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು.
ಹಲೋ, ಹೇಳಪ್ಪ ಡಿಯರ್, ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ಯಾ? ನಾಳೆ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್. ಏನೇ ವಿಶೇಷ? ಅದೇ ಇವತ್ತೆಲ್ಲ ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾಳೆ ಹೊಸ ಕನ್ನಡಕ ತಗೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್ ನಾಳೆ.
ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕ್ರೂಡ್ ಬಾಂಬ್ ಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಭಾರತೀಯ ಜನತಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಯ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರಾಗಿ ಆಂತರಿಕ ಸುರಕ್ಷತೆ ಇರಬಹುದು, ದೇಶದ ಬಾಹ್ಯ ಸುರಕ್ಷತೆ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಈ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮವಾಗಿ ಗಮನಿಸಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ರಾಜಕೀಯ ಇಚ್ಛಾಶಕ್ತಿ ತೋರಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವಂತದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮ ಯುವ ಮೋರ್ಚಾದ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ. PFI ನ ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ನಂತರ.
So this is the latest response we're getting from BJP MP Tejashwi Surya as well, who's been saying that there has been a crude bomb blast case in Mangaluru, and as BJP workers we have stressed on the importance of internal security of the country, and why has it happened, why are such incidents happening regularly in coastal Karnataka? We need to all think about it and it is our responsibility. So two big reactions coming on the Mangaluru terror plot, the details of which we've been giving our viewers on Republic for the last 2 days, the connections to Coimbatore and Kochi as well, because we know that the terror accused, Sharik, who has been injured in the blast that took place in Mangaluru, also stayed in Coimbatore, he stayed in Kochi as well. The links are emerging slowly, and how he's been in contact with his handler in Dubai as well. We'll have Aneri joining us live on this broadcast to give us details as to how the investigation is taking place so far. The investigation that has been the investigators have revealed that Sharik had in fact taken on the identity of a Hindu person. He posed as a Hindu and wanted to carry out a terror attack on a flyover in Mangaluru. So this is the latest information that we're getting, and we also travelled to Coimbatore and spoke to the lodge owners where the lodge where Sharik had stayed before he could carry out that attack, that blast in Mangaluru. Let's listen in. Before we get you that response, the investigation that Republic has done in Coimbatore, let's listen into what BJP MP Tejasvi Surya has said.
ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕ್ರೂಡ್ ಬಾಂಬ್ ಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಭಾರತೀಯ ಜನತಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಯ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರಾಗಿ ಆಂತರಿಕ ಸುರಕ್ಷತೆ ಇರಬಹುದು, ದೇಶದ ಬಾಹ್ಯ ಸುರಕ್ಷತೆ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಈ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮವಾಗಿ ಗಮನಿಸಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ರಾಜಕೀಯ ಇಚ್ಛಾಶಕ್ತಿ ತೋರಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮ ಯುವ ಮೋರ್ಚಾದ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ. PFI ನ ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ನಂತರ ಯಾಕೆ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಆಯಿತು? ಯಾರಿದ ಹಿಂದಿರುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಶಕ್ತಿ? ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಕರಾವಳಿ ಭಾಗಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಈ ರೀತಿಯ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳು ನಿರಂತರವಾಗಿ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ? ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಚಿಂತನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ. ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕ್ರೂಡ್ ಬಾಂಬ್ ಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಭಾರತೀಯ ಜನತಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಯ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರಾಗಿ ಆಂತರಿಕ ಸುರಕ್ಷತೆ ಇರಬಹುದು, ದೇಶದ ಬಾಹ್ಯ ಸುರಕ್ಷತೆ ಇರಬಹುದು, ಈ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮವಾಗಿ ಗಮನಿಸಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ರಾಜಕೀಯ ಇಚ್ಛಾಶಕ್ತಿ ತೋರಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮ ಯುವ ಮೋರ್ಚಾದ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ. PFI ನ ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ನಂತರ ಯಾಕೆ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಆಯಿತು? ಯಾರಿದ ಹಿಂದಿರುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಶಕ್ತಿ? ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಕರಾವಳಿ ಭಾಗಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಈ ರೀತಿಯ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳು ನಿರಂತರವಾಗಿ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ? ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಚಿಂತನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿ.
We're heading to a break right now. After the break, we'll get you details from Gujarat, where Kamini Ba has quit Congress and joined the BJP after cash for ticket allegation.
Roundup of news in brief. BJP at a press conference following the development of one of the masseuse of the jailed Minister Satendra Jain being a POCSO accused convict. The BJP has accused the AAP of engaging in a barter system of providing protection in turn of protection. Speaking at a press conference, AAP leader stated that while they would have a look at all the stings and allegations being produced by the BJP, they would also demand justification for the past 15 years from the BJP. The Delhi High Court has dismissed the petition seeking the transfer of investigation from the police to the CBI, with the CBI stating that they couldn't find a single good reason to entertain the plea.
Shocker coming in from Madhya Pradesh. The man killed allegedly for molesting a woman. A male skeleton of a youth has been found after 4 months. 2 casualties were reported after a goods train had derailed in Odisha, and rescue operations are underway at the site.
At least 15 people were reported injured after a multiple vehicle crash on the Mumbai-Bengaluru highway near the bridge in Pune.
Here are the other stories that we're tracking at this hour. Following claims by the Aam Aadmi Party that the massage being received by jailed Delhi Minister Satendra Jain was by a physiotherapist, new information has emerged that alleges that the masseur is a person accused of the rape of a minor and currently jailed in the Tihar jail since April this year. Following a video of an Aam Aadmi Party MLA, Gulab Singh Yadav, being beaten up by Aam Aadmi Party workers and being
अबू हमजा मुहाजिर फ्रॉम गुजरात. हाँ, इंडिया के थे, केरला के थे, तमिलनाडु के थे, जो कतर में थे, दोहा में थे, दुबई.
Following the arrest of Abdullah Basit and several others in that particular module from Karnataka, other sleeper cells that were still operating, and that's exactly what we are witnessing today.
These acts have been inspired and influenced by some terrorist organization which is having global presence.
अबू बकर बगदादी देखिए ज़मीरुल मुमिनीन and he is the head of all Muslimin and means Prince of Muslims, believers.
Mohammad Sharik was traveling in an auto rickshaw. 3 videos that Republic TV accessed and broke over the weekend. In 2017, we had stung a terror suspect called Abdullah Basit, who was part of an ISIS module.
These acts have been inspired and influenced by some terrorist organization which is having global presence.
Investigation reveals that the Mangaluru blast accused Sharik posed as a Hindu was the plot then to push the Hindu terror narrative. The plot was larger than what it seems. The investigators believe Sharik wanted to target a busy flyover. The Aam Aadmi Party's physio defense crumbles. Tihar jail sources have revealed that the person giving massage to Satendra Jain right now in these pictures is a rape accused. Ahead of the Gujarat polls, another jolt to the Congress. Kamini Ba now has quit the party and joined the BJP. Aftab tells the court it was a fit of rage. Another of Aftab's tales to mislead the investigators. And Hardeep Singh Puri responds to Zakir Naik's presence in Qatar, but still no firm stand from the Indian government on the issue. A very good evening and thank you for staying with us here on Republic. First up, let's get you this quick breaking update. This is coming in right from the Gujarat campaign. But this is an issue that has bothered all of us, the issue of the Shraddha murder investigation. And the Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma is making love jihad an issue in the campaign there. And he says there should be a law.
सप्ताह पहले एक आफ्ताब नाम का लड़का ने हमारा मुंबई से श्रद्धा नाम का एक लड़की को शादी करने का थोड़ा सा जो भी बात करे हम तुमको शादी करेगा ऐसे बोल के दिल्ली लेके गया। शादी तो नहीं हुआ, उनको कैसे मारा, 35 पीस किया, एक ही लड़की को 35 टुकड़ा किया। और क्या किया जानते हैं? वो लड़की का जो मेरा बहन है, आप लोगों का बहन है, उनको फ्रीज में डाल दिया और फ्रीज में डाल देने का बाद श्रद्धा का बॉडी फ्रीज में है और दूसरा लड़की को ले आया डेटिंग करने के लिए। फिर किसी ने पुलिस ने इसको पूछा, भाई आप खाली हिंदू लड़की क्यों लाते हैं? बोला नहीं, हिंदू भावुक होता है, हिंदू का साथ बातचीत करके हिंदू लड़की का साथ बातचीत करने में भावुक हो जाता है, दे आर इमोशनल, तो उनके लिए मैं उन लोग को लेके आया हूं। आप देखिए देश में ये एक आफ्ताब का कहानी नहीं है, हमारा देश में और कोई ऐसा आफ्ताब श्रद्धा का कहानी है। आज देश को लाभ जिहाद का खिलाफ सख्त से सख्त कानून का जरूरत है और ये काम कौन कर सकता है? खाली भारतीय जनता पार्टी कर सकता है और कोई दूसरा कोई पार्टी नहीं कर सकता है।
And we are given to understand that the Assam Chief Minister is speaking live right now in the Gujarat campaign. Let's dip in and listen to what he says.
तो बोलना ही नहीं, इतना बड़ा भव्य मंदिर बन रहा है। कांग्रेस बोलता है अरे मंदिर में क्यों पैसा खर्चा करते हो? हम कांग्रेस को इतना ही बोलना चाहता हूं कि ये मंदिर नहीं है, ये भारत का संस्कृति है, ये भारत का इतिहास है और भारतीय लोग ये बनाएगा। आप जो भी करें, भारत का लोग मंदिर का निर्माण करते रहेगा कि कारण ये भारत का संस्कृति है। आज प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी ने इतना बड़ा संदेश देशवासियों को दिया है। आप लोग का याद है सोमनाथ मंदिर का निर्माण का काम जब पटेल जी ने शुरू किया था, नेहरू ने क्या बोला था राजेंद्र प्रसाद को, वहां मत जाइए, वहां मत जाइए, इसलिए मंदिर है। आज वही नियम को उल्टा के प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी ने नया नियम किया, अगर मंदिर है तो सब जाइए और सब भगवान को पूजा कीजिए, इसलिए भगवान का आराधना में ही भारत का शक्ति है, भगवान का आराधना में ही भारत का सामर्थ्य है। ये नया भारत का प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी ने नेतृत्व दिया, मोदी जी ने ये नया भारत का निर्माण किया। भाई और बहनों, मेरा इसलिए आप लोग का निवेदन है, मोडासा में तो आप लोग भिकू सिंह परमार जी को आप जिताएगा ही, उसमें मैं नहीं, मेरा कोई संदेह नहीं है। आप लोग का उपस्थिति में ये प्रूव हो जाता है कि इस टाइम हमारा भिकू सिंह जी जीतेगा ही जीतेगा। लेकिन मैं गुजरात में जितना सौभाग्य किया, मैं एक ही संदेश देने के लिए कोशिश किया कि ये चुनाव गुजरात सरकार बनाने के लिए नहीं है, इसलिए गुजरात सरकार तो बनेगा ही बीजेपी का। ये चुनाव 2026 में प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी को तीसरा बार देश का प्रधानमंत्री बनाने का चुनाव है। भाई और बहनों, मेरा आपसे विनती होगा कि चुनाव का दिन लोगों का एक ताकत है कि कोई लोग बक्स में 100% वोट देता है, हम लोग थोड़ा वोट देने के लिए कंजूसी करता हो, रुपया खर्चा में कंजूसी हो जाए, लेकिन वोट देने में कंजूसी नहीं होना चाहिए। 100% हमारा वोटिंग में हमारा वोट होना चाहिए। लोग ये सोचता है कि हमारा समाज तो वोट देने नहीं जाएगा, हम लोग 100% वोट डालेगा, ऐसा नहीं है। अभी हमारा असम में हर चुनाव में हमारा समाज भी 98% वोट डालते हैं। ये भी वोट डालने का जो अधिकार है, ये अधिकार हम लोग को काम में लाना चाहिए। इसलिए वोट से ही हमारा देश को हम लोग बसा सकता हो, वोट से ही हमारा सनातन संस्कृति बसेगा और सनातन संस्कृति आगे जाएगा। इसीलिए मैं आप लोग को निवेदन करूंगा कि मोडासा का चुनाव में सारे लोग, घर में कोई भी नहीं होना चाहिए। अगर गुजरात का लोग कोई अमेरिका में भी है, बुला के ले आइए, मोडासा में हम लोग को वोट देना है।
So you just heard Himanta Biswa Sarma there, who's in Gujarat and he's campaigning. Remember, all the top guns of the BJP right now are in Gujarat, as we are just days away now from the big Gujarat elections. That is this time in two phases, the 1st and the 5th of December. It is a major twist in the Mangaluru blast case, wherein the accused Sharik apparently hid his identity and he posed as a Hindu on messaging apps like WhatsApp, even having an image of the Isha Foundation as his display picture. Sources have also slated to Republic that Sharik had planned to plant the pressure cooker bomb at the Pampel flyover in the city, with the attack planned in the evening when there will be higher traffic. Police sources also indicate that Sharik has also stayed in Kerala. A lodge has been located where the accused in the Mangaluru blast stayed. After searching several lodges in the area, this is where the agencies believe that Sharik stayed. As per the ongoing investigations, Sharik was staying at a lodge in Gandhipuram in Coimbatore, and this is in the month of September. This lodge now has been locked. The police has summoned the owners for further interrogation. Investigations are ongoing to find India's most wanted terrorist Mateen, although his father said that they haven't been in touch with him since the blast, but the agencies believe that Mateen actually could be in Dubai and he is the handler in the entire case. To more news now, the Aam Aadmi Party's physiotherapy defense of Satendra Jain's massage is now being questioned as one of the masseurs is reported to be a rapist. He is a person named Rinku who's charged under various sections of the POCSO Act. The BJP at a press conference has demanded apology following the development of one of the masseurs, Rinku, who is a POCSO accused convict. The BJP has also accused the AAP of engaging in a barter system of providing services in turn for protection. And this is a breaking news right now coming in from the FIFA World Cup, where this is a stunner. In fact, Saudi Arabia has beaten Argentina. This is a result that not many people would have expected, but that is something that we are now just learning of. The Saudis have stunned Argentina. They've stunned a lot of people who've been watching this match. And we'll try and see if we can get in our colleagues who have more insight into what really happened, but they've beaten Argentina here. And not many expected this kind of a result out of this entire game. Ankit, I'm told, is also joining us right now. Saleh and Salim, I think Ankit did, take a score each, and it's hard to believe that a result like this has happened. We are already calling this the first big upset of the FIFA, and I think the first image also up on our screens.
Deepthi, this is perhaps one of the biggest upsets in the history of the World Cup. In fact, we're working on an article in Republic World right now on where this ranks among the biggest upsets. But all the talk before the start of this cup was about Argentina being one among the favorites, along with Brazil, along with possibly Germany and France. All the talk was about how this was Lionel Messi's last chance to win the World Cup, the greatest player perhaps of all time, playing in his last ever World Cup. But instead, what we've seen is Argentina taking the lead in the 10th minute through Messi from a penalty, then having a goal ruled out because of the virtual referee, and then Saudi Arabia coming from behind 2 goals in 4 minutes in the second half, cementing a 2-1 lead that Argentina could just never recover from. They huffed and they puffed and they blew the house down, but they could not penetrate the Saudi Arabian goal. Saudi Arabia does have a record in World Cups, but nowhere like Argentina. Argentina is the winner of 2 World Cups, the loser of 2 finals, including the final in 2014. And this was supposed to be a chance for them to get really far in the tournament. Now, what happens next? It's very important. This is the first match of this group. Is Argentina looking at an early exit? It's too early to say because it's their opener. Also in this group are Mexico and Poland, who play next. But for the moment, Saudi Arabia has taken a lead in this group. It has defeated Argentina 2-1 in a shock come from behind victory. We are covering this large scale. No one would have expected this. It's been a barnstorming start to the World Cup. We've had results virtually in all the matches. There was a very entertaining 1-1 draw between America and the Welsh last night. But today there are 4 matches, and in the first one that we've seen today between Argentina and Saudi Arabia, the Saudi Arabians have won. So it is not only the first World Cup in the Middle East, but it is also perhaps the biggest achievement of a Middle Eastern or West Asian country in the World Cup so far. Argentina are on the brink, they're on the precipice. They're lucky in the way that they have a fairly easy group. Mexico and Poland should not present that much of a challenge, particularly with Argentina having the bit between their teeth and maybe wanting to make amends for this loss. But they went ahead in 10 minutes, everything was smooth sailing, but then 2 second half goals by Saudi Arabia have caused one of the biggest upsets in the history of the World Cup, Deepti.
Oh yes, and Ankit, I'm just recalling what happened in the last World Cup. I think it was South Korea that had beaten Germany, and you have to give it to the team here. That is Saudi Arabia, for the skill and the desire, to have beaten the mighty Argentinians. You have to give it to them for that.
I've seen some huge upsets at World Cups. 20 years ago, we had South Korea embark on a giant killing run. They were hosts at that time. They had knocked Italy out. In that same World Cup, if I'm not mistaken, Saudi Arabia had lost 8-0 to Germany. That is from where they have started. In 2002 also, we had Senegal beating then holders France in the opening match. But this is something that perhaps is on the same level. It would be very interesting to see how this pans out for Argentina. And this is a great start, I would say, for the World Cup, because you always want that the biggest teams don't have smooth sailing the entire time. Of course, we'll have to see whether Argentina recovers from this. It would be perhaps the greatest anti-climax of Lionel Messi's career if it turns out that Argentina pop out at the group stage. But certainly, plaudits to Saudi Arabia. They've done very, very well. They've made now a strong case for them. If they win one more match, or even if they avoid loss in their next two, they are sure to have that one spot out of the two for the knockout rounds, and they will have deserved to have been there. Their morale and their spirit will be sky high, and one can only imagine what this does for a country to achieve success in this manner. In the opening match, Deepti, we saw the hosts Qatar go down 2-0 to another South American team, Ecuador. But in that case, 2-0 was thought of as a decent result for a team that doesn't often play at this stage against a team that is a regular. But Saudi Arabia beating Argentina is, in footballing terms, a giant killing of the highest order.
And these were underdogs, but it's sports, Ankit. And in sports, anything can happen, because it's that moment. It's that moment that you're there. And I think you see a lot of disbelief and shock on the faces. We are playing out these images. I'm looking at a lot of stills on the social media. People are talking about this. They are saying that this needs to be fact-checked, whether an underdog has actually beaten Argentina.
No doubt. And there were a lot of apprehensions about the World Cup before it began. There continued to be a number of controversies.
Yes.
But what we are seeing now is perhaps the reason why this tournament is so interesting from a sporting point of view, because this is a World Cup that you have to remember, it's never happened in the winter like this in November. Normally it's in June, but because you can't play winter, or you can't play in the summer in Qatar, they're playing it now. This is slap bang in the middle of the club season. All these players have reached Qatar just a week back. It takes time for an international team to gel. Maybe I'm just making excuses for Argentina, but certainly now they have an uphill struggle. If Lionel Messi wants that dream, he wants to equal what Maradona did for the Argentinians, then he will have to really take the bit between his teeth, and he will have to drive his team upwards. He'll have to get them back from this result. There is plenty of precedent of people single-handedly achieving this kind of success, dragging their teams. He has a good team with him, but certainly he has an uphill battle on his hand now, Deepti.
Oh yes, so have we just seen one of the biggest ever upsets in World Cup history? I'll let our viewers decide that. A lot of them are in shock, like I said. But we are at Republic, remember, are tracking that game and every such story that you need to know. Ankit, thank you so much for getting us all that insight and helping us understand what really happened in the field as we quickly head into a break right now. But as always, remember, a lot also going up on republicworld.com, especially when it comes to our entire coverage of the FIFA World Cup. But as I said, we are right now hitting a quick break. But on the other side, back home, also there is an upset for the Aam Aadmi Party. The Aam Aadmi Party that said it's physiotherapy, but now what has been revealed is the man who's actually giving this massage to Satendra Jain is a child rapist. Also, Hardeep Singh Puri has responded to Zakir Naik's presence in Qatar, but there is still no firm stand from the Indian government on the issue. Shocker coming in from Madhya Pradesh. The man killed allegedly for molesting
a woman, a male skeleton of a youth has been found after 4 months. 2 casualties were reported after a goods train had derailed in Odisha, and rescue operations are underway at the site.
At least 15 people were reported injured after a multiple vehicle crash on the Mumbai-Mangaluru highway near the bridge in Pune.
Here are the other stories that we're tracking at this hour. Following claims by the Aam Aadmi Party that the massage being received by jailed Delhi Minister Satyendrah Jain was by a physiotherapist, new information has emerged that alleges that the masseur is a person accused of the rape of a minor and currently jailed in the Tihar jail since April this year. Following a video of an Aam Aadmi Party MLA, Gulab Singh Yadav, being beaten up by Aam Aadmi Party workers and being chased out, emerged over the cash for tickets scam in the national capital, with the BJP taking to social media to release a specific poster in the wake of the allegation.
Sources at the Forensic Science Laboratory in Delhi stated that the laboratory has been approached by the Delhi police as further. Aftab's polygraph test is possible today. In fact, preparations were reported to be underway with expectations of the test to be conducted today.
Several people, including 8 children, were killed on Sunday after a truck rammed into a roadside settlement in Bihar's Vaishali district.
Very shocking incident coming to light from UP, where ex-lover has been arrested in killing of a woman whose body was chopped and found in a well.
BJP MLA MP Kumaraswamy was beaten up by angry villagers near the Kudhur district in Mudiger. Sources said that there was a public outcry against the authorities.
And breaking news, there are more updates in the Shraddha murder investigation. Now we are learning that important clues have been picked up from the bathroom tiles of Aftab's flat. The FSL team broke these tiles. There were blood stains that they noticed, and now these tiles have been sent to the Central Forensic and Science Laboratory for the further DNA test. Earlier, the FSL, remember, had found certain blood stains also from the kitchen that also right now are being examined. So you're looking at more details right now. That's breaking on your screen as far as the investigation in the Shraddha murder case go. Even at a point where the police, remember, is trying to find the missing pieces of Shraddha's slaughtered body. On the other side, a lot of forensic evidence that holds the key to the entire case also now being collected from Shraddha and Aftab's flat, that is being sent now for further test at the CFSL laboratory that will be conducting the DNA test.
इस विषय पे दिल्ली पुलिस और एफएसएल की टीमें काम कर रही हैं और जल्दी ही ये चीज़ें कर ली जाएंगी।
सर, कोर्ट की इजाज़त मिल गई है, इतना लंबा समय क्यों लग रहा है सर?
कुछ पैरामीटर्स होते हैं, उनको फुलफिल करना होता है, वो सारी चीज़ें फुलफिल करी जा रही हैं और हमारी एफएसएल की टीम और दिल्ली पुलिस की टीम है इस विषय में सारा काम कर रही है।
सर, उम्मीद कौन से पैरामीटर है और सर कब तक उम्मीद है इस बात?
बहुत जल्दी ही सारे टेस्ट कंडक्ट कर। इस विषय पे दिल्ली पुलिस और एफएसएल की टीमें काम कर रही हैं और जल्दी ही ये चीज़ें कर ली जाएंगी।
सर, कोर्ट की इजाज़त मिल गई है, इतना लंबा समय क्यों लग रहा है सर?
कुछ पैरामीटर्स होते हैं, उनको फुलफिल करना होता है, वो सारी चीज़ें फुलफिल करी जा रही हैं और हमारी एफएसएल की टीम और दिल्ली पुलिस की टीम है इस विषय में सारा काम कर रही है।
सर उम्मीद कौन से पैरामीटर है और सर कब तक उम्मीद है इस बात?
बहुत जल्दी ही सारे टेस्ट कंडक्ट कर लिए जाए।
And Anuj is also joining us live right now for more insights into that story. So Anuj, you know, I think a lot now hinges on this forensic evidence that is being picked up by the authorities to ensure that they are able to corroborate, you know, these details that are still loose ends in the entire case.
More evidences which is come, blood which was found in kitchen, that too under the cylinder. But now the teams are getting more information, and their CFSL also moving ahead with the investigation. There, what we have been told, the latest is that under the tiles also, even the tiles were broken, and under the tiles also they have found some blood stains. That's something what we have been told. So it is going to take some time. Obviously, this is under the procedure when report is going to come. But yes, this is another part of investigation, step ahead, which has been taken by the investigating team. On the other hand, the information which has been shared to us by the top sources, the more point in the investigation which has been gotten by the investigating team is that a common friend of Aftab and Shraddha was also selling the drugs. He was in business of selling the drug. And as we do know, we have broken this earlier only, that Aftab was what exactly this drug angle is all about. Okay. Because Aftab sometimes, like every time trying to mislead and giving misinformation again and again. That's something what we have been told. Earlier he was stating about the head that he has thrown in the Mehrauli jungle. Later he came out with the statement that it was done in the Gurugram jungle. That's something where the police is saying, the investigating team is saying that again changing the statements also. Yes.
Okay. All right, Anuj, only for what of time, but that's going to be our top focus through this evening as we continue to get our viewers more details for the moment. Thank you. Mass conversion incident has come to light from Rajasthan's Bharatpur. Visuals on your screens of the mass conversion. It was a mass wedding event where the mass conversion took place. 11 Hindu couples were converted to Buddhism at the event. Rajasthan BJP President Satish Punia hit out at the Rajasthan government and said that the Congress is only worried about vote bank and is trying to break the society.
देखिए, धर्म, अध्यात्म, संस्कृति और परंपरा ये भारत के सनातन हिंदू समाज की एक विशेषता रही है और पिछले कुछ अरसे से इस पूरे व्यवस्था पर एक तरीके के सांस्कृतिक आक्रमण की कोशिश है जो किसी इस्लामिक और किसी मिशनरी के कन्वर्जन से भी ज़्यादा खतरनाक है.
With the fresh incident, conversions remain biggest flashpoint in the state of Rajasthan. Bureau Report, Republic TV. We're heading into a break right now. On the other side, there is more election-related news. The Gujarat elections are less than 10 days away. The Congress is a house in disorder. You have more and more former MLAs deserting the party. The full story when we come back. Also, Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri has responded to Zakir Naik's presence in Qatar. But the question we ask, will India protest his presence?
Here are the other stories that we're tracking at this hour. Following claims by the Aam Aadmi Party that the massage being received by Jail Delhi Minister Satyendra Jain was by a physiotherapist, new information has emerged that alleges that the masseur is a person accused of the rape of a minor and currently jailed in the Tihar jail since April this year. Following a video of an Aam Aadmi Party MLA, Gulab Singh Yadav, being beaten up by Aam Aadmi Party workers and being chased out, emerged over the cash for tickets scam in the national capital, with the BJP taking to social media to release a specific poster in the wake of the allegation.
Sources at the Forensic Science Laboratory in Delhi stated that the laboratory has been approached by the Delhi police as further. Aftab's polygraph test is possible today. In fact, preparations were reported to be underway with expectations of the test to be conducted today.